Hello Internet, my name is Taliesin.
And I'm Evitel.
And welcome to a WoW podcast. Obviously, I almost said actually. A WoW podcast, obviously, episode number...
49.
49!
So
Next week is going to be such
city.
a...
I'm so excited.
Man. Anyway, welcome to the podcast!
Hi, guys!
Live! Coming to you live right now on the YouTubes.
Yeah, just the YouTubes today.
Congratulations if you're watching it live on YouTube.
Welcome.
Congratulations if you're listening to it on your preferred podcast listening platform later on. Well, congratulations to me for actually putting it up there. Nice. Hello. How is everyone?
Hi.
How are you, Evitel?
I'm feeling really good. How are you feeling, Tally?
Really good. Thank you.
You sound utterly cheerful today.
I just got a feeling it's going to be a really good show today.
I hope so.
If you want to help make it a really, really good show, you can follow Nolgar's lead and do what, Evitel?
Do the super chat.
Oh, what
I was
a
going to say
chat.
find traces of bacteria on Mars.
Pardon?
Which is what that's what he said.
It's already been done.
Oh, really?
It's already been happened. They found traces of bacteria on Mars.
Yeah.
You're too late. You missed the boat.
Well, if you can't do that, the next best
Your life's
thing,
work ruined.
The next best thing is to hop into our super chats. Yes, we are the denim duo.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
it's gonna happen.
We are
This
quite
is
a
just-
lot at the moment.
This is
Yeah,
just
definitely.
my uniform in the autumn. It is autumn. Autumn is here.
I love
There's a nice
autumn.
chill in the air, but it's still kind of like low to mid 60s Fahrenheit. I don't know what it is in
I
Celsius.
love it. I
love
love
it too,
autumn.
but I'm being
I love
distracted.
the fall. And you know what I love even more than that?
What do you love?
The fall of World of Warcraft. It's dead.
No.
For so many reasons. By the way, please, yes, do a super chat. Get it in
Yes,
there.
I forgot to finish my sentence. So yes, I was distracted by the denim. Yes, if you want to feel good and make us feel good in turn, everyone can feel good. Feel free to drop a super chat here on YouTube, and we will get around to answering your question, discussing your point, acknowledging your delightful super chat at the end of today's show.
Yeah, and that's going to be particularly important in today's show, I've got a feeling, because we really want to kind of give the super chats time to breathe and be answered by Evitel in
Last
particular.
time I had to run out, and I missed most of them. So,
Well, that's 'cause we were a
give
bit
me
late
some good
starting.
ones today.
Late starting
Give me
last
some good
time.
ones. We
Okay.
are not today.
Not today, exactly. That's what I mean. So we're going to have extra time for super chats. I want some extra good super chat questions because we're in a cycle of WoW news. Bizarrely, isn't it funny how this goes? Right,
It's
where
wild, isn't it?
1 minute it's all midnight all the time, and it's just boom, 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 boom. Here's a new thing to talk about. Here's a new thing to talk about. Here's a new thing to talk about. And now it's just kind of it's in that little bit of a groove, just waiting for the next kind of like drop of excitement or patch news or alpha news. We'll all be expecting the alpha coming
We
out
are
soon,
all
right?
waiting for alpha. Yeah, and it is that time in the patch where I start doing kind of silly things. No, they're not silly things. They're very important things. But it's when, I've got loads of like hero gear on, I'm not really like pushing the keys super hard. So I'm feeling pretty like geared and comfortable. And then my mind turns to things like, oh, should I do Ky'veza? I should probably do Ky'veza. It's like, oh, should I farm the time lost little slate back guy, little purpley, pinky, sparkly mount? Yes, I should do that. I should spend 5 hours doing that. It is that time, isn't it?
Yeah, so I mean that's what you've been doing, and Effie decided yesterday that she was going to start on Ky'veza, and I don't know if you know Evitel very well. I do. I've known her for quite a while now. I feel like you guys probably do as well if you've been following this channel for a long time. Like you get an idea of her personality and what she's like, and obviously she's brilliant in every way. She's a person that I wouldn't call her a perfectionist per se, but she's a person who doesn't like not being able to do things. You're a little bit like our son in that sense.
Yeah, I wonder where he gets that from.
Yeah, and Evitel does not. If Evitel feels like she can't do something as well as she feels like she should be able to, she gets very frustrated and annoyed. And in most ways, you have like tremendous patience. You've learned how to play musical instruments and stuff, and you speak multiple languages, and you've written dissertations and masters and things like that. And that takes genuine patience and graft. But when it came to Ky'veza, you weren't getting quite so much of that. And I don't want to use the word tantrum. I don't want to use the word fuckety-offety, right? But it was a bit fuckety-offety as you were sitting there in that very chair, clacking away, and you were just like, I think I'm just too old.
No.
I think I'm just too old for video games.
So here's the thing. So I went in, I spent about 5 hours farming orbs in phase diving, Well, no. So I went in and I
You were the orb meister. You were the orb extraordinaire.
No, and so no, but I got there because I was like, okay, it's time to do Ky'veza. I've still got the Ky'veza quest. I like going in and just like giving it a shot. And I remember I went in like right at the beginning of this patch and like was instantly wiped. And I'm like, I will come back. I'll gear up, and then we'll explore. But like you tell me, I think you do the same thing. I like going in and like not really knowing what's going on and figuring it out, not just reading a guide right away. And I went in and, I kind of wiped and I was like, okay, fine. And then I wiped again and I was like, okay. And then I kind of figured out the mechanic and it was like impossibly hard.
Which mechanic are you talking about?
So first, there's the knife mechanic on the floor. You dodge it. Okay. They were going kind of fast, but I made it. It was fine. But then it was the guys that spawn that laser target you and you have to face them. Otherwise you insta wipe. And my mind could not conceive of how quickly they were going. And I did a few tries and I was looking at her health and she was at like 98% after like a minute or two. And I was like, okay, my life is over. My gaming life is over. Something has happened to me. Something has happened. My reflexes are slow. And I remember I was sitting here. I was like, oh, fuck this game. I was like really upset. Tally's just like happy in the corner doing some keys, as ever.
Some high level keys because I'm a top 2% player.
Yeah, sighing every now and then.
What's got two thumbs and isn't too old for WoW? This motherfucker right here.
Yeah. And I was like, I felt like I was being gaslit or something. I was like, this is insane. This is insanely difficult. I hate this.
And I was like, I was being a good husband, right? So I was like, what's the matter, baby? And she was like, oh, it's fucking Ky'veza. I can't turn round to look at them. And I was like, oh, I mean, what are you, which difficulty are you doing? And she was like, I'm only on like the one question mark. Yeah. I'm on the first difficulty level. Just Ky'veza, like, and it's just impossible. And I was like, well, I did find it very hard on the one question mark. But I did practice. I felt like I was talking to my son after he can't ride his bike. I was like, I did practice very, very hard. And I was able to get it after a while. But then I wanted to, I was like, and I tried it for about 20 minutes on Ky'veza, like the double question mark. And yeah, I found the facing the guys much, much harder on that. And I'll come back to it later on in the patch and I'll look at it then. But yeah, that was really hard. And in my back of my mind, I was like, Evie's struggling on just like the single really question mark difficulty. Maybe she is too old.
I know, and I don't
know. Maybe it's
maybe I have like some kind of degenerative disease. Like I was like, my reflexes. I'm like, I literally cannot move my mouse quickly enough to turn around, and my accuracy. And you know what? Like I just had to stop. I was like,
and I was gently like, you can get like an add-on that like, no. tells you when you're facing them properly. And I don't know, maybe try. Did you know there's this one button rotation thing now as well? So you can just press the one button and just really concentrate on facing the guys. Would you like a massage? Oh, shall I make dinner? Yeah. I'll put the rubbish out. Come on,
You were very good. You were very good to me. But yeah, and so when things like that happen, so I have a combination of where I'm a bit of a perfectionist in that sense, where if I can't get something right the first time, I never want to see it again. But I'm also a procrastinator. But I am a productive procrastinator. So I find other things to do instead of doing the thing I have to do. So I was like, okay, why don't I go hardcore and farm this mount where I have to search for orbs for 5 hours? Yeah. And I did it, and it brought me great joy. It brought me like, and then you get the Zaibucha.
I love the Zaibucha. I was hunting down Zaibucha hardcore last night. So every time I get that weekly, I just pop a Zaibucha. I go around, do all of my phase diving weekly quests, or like world quests are twice a week. And, I'm jumping around, I'm zipping around, I'm doing it, I'm pew-pewing. It's excellent.
Yeah. And it felt really good. And I did a little bit, like throughout the day and over the course of several hours, which I should have spent doing other work. It's fine. I got it, and it felt like delightful. It felt like so good,
and
I
important after your Ky'veza fail,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, exactly. And and so I had a nice sense of achievement, And last night, I ordered a late night Big Mac, and
that's when I knew things were bad. We were watching Battlestar Galactica. We're into like the last few episodes of the entire series now.
Yeah.
It's gone absolutely crazy.
It's off the rails. I love
absolutely insane
love
show.
it.
And we're enjoying it. And Evertel was just like, do you want anything from Burger King? And I was like, oh no. Oh, she's more upset about that Ky'veza thing than she let on.
No, I'm not upset. I think I was just kind of depleted. And but I had a really nice sense of accomplishment and achievement. And then, woke up early this morning.
By the way, just before we move on, I like the
Wait. I'm not okay.
The orb thing is very much absolutely up your alley when it comes to sense of achievement as well. Like that is 1,000,000% like your ideal WoW content in many ways.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Well, it is like I say, it's my ideal WoW content in this time and place.
Sure.
At this point in the patch, I'm like, I'm going to put the time in to get that thing. I'm going to get the time lost hippogriff, which now apparently you will just be able to buy in Legion Remix.
If only you had the patience to wait 10 years for it,
I know. We will talk about that one later when we start actually talking about Remix. So that is like totally up my alley at this point in a patch. Like that's the kind of stuff I do. And I woke up this morning and I was in a great mood, and I sat down and I had my coffee, and I'm like, you know what? I did a fun thing yesterday. It is time for me to think about Ky'veza again. And I was like, I got a couple hours before the podcast. Let's do it. Let's do it. And I went in and I kind of, got to the entrance. And I love it. I love the setup of it. I love that it's just a room in Tazavesh. I love that she's there waiting for you in her like sexy lair, and the music, like what should I call
such a sexy lair.
It is. And it's like the like Demencius waiting room music, which I love, which is like one of my favorite like tracks. I love the vibes in this patch. And I'm just there, and I click to go in, and it's like Ky'veza, 2 question marks. And I was like, wait, why does it say that when I'm trying? Oh. And then I switched it to Ky'veza with 1 question mark.
So wait, you done all of them yesterday on double question mark by mistake?
And the
every
way
single time you tried it?
And the way I realized this was because I was like, oh, and then I clicked on 1 question mark, and I went in, and I was like, all right, preparing to die. And suddenly it's like, I got to like 50% on my first pull because you have a full like 3 seconds before the guys zap you. And I was like, whoa. I was trying it on double question mark. I was doing Ky'veza yesterday the whole time. And that's why I was feeling.
And I can confirm that shit is hard.
Pummeled to the ground.
I can't do the facing the guys on Ky'veza double question mark.
And I was like, are you kidding me? Because I literally yesterday I was like, this is actually impossible. I'm like, something is wrong with me. I have an illness. Like I'm old. I have no reflexes. But yeah, it's because yesterday I was bashing my head against Ky'veza with 2 question marks, and I didn't realize it. So I got her down in like 4 tries. It just took me a few tries. Like I fumbled on like standing on the blades like a couple of times, but then I and then I clicked the wrong guy when I figured out that you have to do like to track her, and then it was done. Wow. Like a normal person playing a normal video
Amazing.
game.
My hero, my absolute hero. And what I love about that story is it's good because you're like, oh, I thought I was rubbish at something, but it turns out I was okay at it. But also there's an element of it like, I was also a lot more dumb than I thought I was on a much more simple thing like selecting the right difficulty level to go in.
And I was like, and I tend to do things like that. Like I'll never... You know what? I'll never forget when like I was in college, and I remember like one day I noticed that my hands were looking kind of blue and like pallid. You know what I mean? And I was...
No, not really.
No, like they were just looking... I remember my hands were looking weird. And I thought... And I was like, okay, this is fine. And then like it kind of came back the next day. And I was a freshman. I was a freshman in college and university. My parents, my brother, they were really excited. I went to Yale. I was like the first.
Did you
one
go
in the
to Yale?
Yeah. And so
You've never mentioned that before.
It was like a
no
fun,
way.
big deal for them and like the whole family. Everyone was really excited. I'm in my dorm and I'm like, yes, this is I've achieved this. This is great. This is exciting. And then, like, I remember my hands just appeared kind of weird and blue for a couple of days.
Going void elf?
And so, yeah, possibly. And so then I remember I contacted, like, student health services, and they're like, talk to a doctor, and they're like, I don't know. I'm not sure what to tell you, what it could be, because everything else seems all right. And I remember, like, I called my brother. I was sitting at my desk, much like this one. Not as nice. And I was talking to my brother on the phone, who's much older than me. And, so I'm always the baby sister. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. There's something wrong. They can't figure it out. And I was like nervously, like kind of sweating and like rubbing my hands on my jeans. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. And then I just I literally looked at my hands and I looked at my jeans. And I was like, oh. And this happened while I was on the phone with him, and he was like, "Are you okay? What's happened?" And I was like, "I think I'm all right."
Holy shit, Evie. Well, it hadn't occurred to you to wash your hands at any point during this kind of like days of.
Well, no, I did, and I showered, but it kept coming back every day. And I was like, what's going on?
Oh, your new Yale jeans as well. It's like, I gotta get some proper raw denim for Yale.
Yeah. like dark blue dyed like denim. Wow. Yeah. Anyway,
awesome.
This moment with Ky'veza really took me back to that, where I'm like, I am actually okay. It's just sometimes.
Wow. But the happy moral of the story is that you're an absolute baller when it comes to actually playing the game. Not so good at selecting difficulty levels. Always wash your jeans before you put them on, right?
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, Ky'veza, I haven't done it since, the very beginning of the season, where I basically had no new gear or anything like that. So, but it's not about DPS anyway. It's about, being able to survive the big hits that she does.
Yeah, that's it, really.
Which are only even a thing on Ky'veza. And also like facing the dudes. Those are the hard bits, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I find the kind of like ball under the cup bit quite difficult as well.
It's hard to track sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to track sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think that comes from like a basic politeness, where I don't want to try and work out someone's magic trick. Someone's doing a magic trick in front of me, I'm always like, there are assholes that always trying to catch out magicians when they're doing stuff like in close quarters, and they're like, and I was like, I'm not that asshole.
Like, just
I like
let
to think
it
that I'm a
happen
good
and
audience member, right?
Yes.
So I don't want to try and work out a magic trick. And that's like ingrained in me, right? I want to be surprised by the magic trick. I want to think it's amazing.
Yeah.
And so I'm quite hard at, my brain turns off when the ball under the cup thing is happening in Ky'veza.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that.
oh, wow, Ky'veza, you were over there the whole time? That's amazing. Oh, I'm dead. I'll have to start again. But that was great. That was really, really good. Seriously. So there's that. And like, yeah, but I do understand your feelings of inadequacy.
It was crazy. I haven't felt like that in a long time.
Yeah, well, I feel like, I don't know about how you feel, but I feel like this season has been a very strange season for us, just because we've been all over the place, kind of work-wise, and Gamescom dropped like a week after the season began, and we were
missed,
getting
like,
ready for that, and then we were there, and then like the whole week we came back was just like pumping and videos and like getting those out and things, and so like we've been working really, really hard, and it was strange because I missed a few raid nights at the beginning of the season, and they progressed like all the way to Dimensius in heroic without me. I didn't
without you?
Yeah, we did.
The core of the team?
I know, man. Like, it sucks. And when I came back, I was like behind, and last raid night, last Thursday, this time last week when we went in, I just hadn't done it with them really before, and I was just getting annihilated by every boss and not doing like any healing, and it was really embarrassing, and I felt really annoyed with myself. And then we started progress on Dimensius, and it was like interesting how instantly now I was on like the same level as them, progress rise, like my performance suddenly was okay again.
Of course,
because and in fact, I got a really good pass on our Dimensius kill and stuff, because like the longer a fight goes on as Disc Priest, the better you get at it, because it's all about predicting the damage and stuff like that, and knowing when your group is going to take damage, even if that's not particularly when they're supposed to, and stuff like that. So we got a really clean kill on him in the end, like very, very quickly. We were not the first guild called Immortalis to get Heroic Dimensius. Unfortunately, we came second in the race, which is unfortunate, but second's still pretty good. We haven't won in quite a while, but and we are progressing Mythic now, which is really good. But like, as soon as I was on like a level with them, and most of them got 10 item levels on me as well, obviously, because they've been like doing Heroic and stuff.
What's your item level now?
My item level's like when everything's equipped 711, but it's it's incredibly poorly optimized.
Oh, okay.
Like I was until yesterday, I was rocking Veteran shoulders in my 4 set. Which was no good at all. Like I'm still rocking like rings from last season.
Same.
I crafted myself a staff, but and I just got rid of my Jester. I replaced it with a ring, which I don't think is even as good, but it's this season. It just makes me feel better, right? So I was like, I want to do that. And likewise with trinkets and stuff like that. And I'm bopping Mythic Plus. I'm like 2,700 or something. So I'm doing Mythic Plus enough to get my Mythic track and stuff like that.
Sweet. That's really good.
And so every now and then I'm getting a bit of good gear, but generally massively under optimized. And I didn't get the cool Reshiram's boots drop for me in raid with the guild last week. I'm really hoping for it this week. And I really want those. Obviously a Heroic Spire, which I like, the staff, which has like the interaction with the trinket.
Nice.
I think that would be better than my crafted like mythic level staff with all the like the stuff on it and what have you. And like I got so desperate that I actually went into a normal raid yesterday, this reset. I just pugged a normal raid and I went in, and pleasingly I was obviously doing much better figure numbers than everyone else there. But as we were progressing through the raid, I couldn't help but notice there was literally one other cloth wearer in the entire raid. And I was like, when these boots drop from Soul Hunters, it's me. And I did check, and they didn't have the boots. And I was like, okay, but it was me and this dude.
Oh, man.
Me and this other priest. We were the only cloth wearers in the entire... Oh, there was another cloth wearer, but they had the boots.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, it's me and this cloth wearer. That's what it is. And we went all the way through, and we were one-shotting everything, but it was still kind of slow progress, whatever. And we took out Soul Hunters, and the boots dropped, and I rolled an 84 on the loot roll, and I did not win against the one other fucking person. The one other person! And I was just like, this season hates me. This season is pissing in my mouth. This season is shitting in my eyes. Like, this season just doesn't like me very much. And here's the proof. And I was in such a fucking mood. But I decided, there were only like 9 people in the raid or something like that. So I was like, F it. I'm going to stay in the raid.
Of course you do.
I don't want to be the guy. And loads of people left after that boss, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to be the guy that leaves after they don't get their loot drop right. So I was like, oh, right.
Guy.
And I stayed all the way through to the end. And I did get the curio at the end.
Oh,
like
there
I
you
did
go.
roll like and 4 or 5 other people went for the curio. Yeah. It's a normal curio, but when you're rocking some veteran shoulders in your 4-piece, a normal curio is actually kind of like, it's rubbish, but it's an upgrade, right? Yeah. So I was like, okay, I don't have any veteran stuff in my 4 set now. Yeah. So like I feel so I am rocking some champion shoulders in my 4 set now, which still isn't great, but it's a little bit better than what I was doing before.
If you max it out, it's pretty good. Yeah. I'm like 699, which for me feels really good.
Yeah, that's all right.
I've got like my hero 4 set, and that's probably going to be as high as it gets unless I get pulled along in some keys. And like I just want to get some good trinkets now. Hopefully the boots. Like I feel really good. Like I've said this before. I love the way that you can just fill out your vault with delves and get gilded crests and delves. It's amazing. Like it's slow, but you get there, and I never hit that wall in this patch.
Yeah,
Like,
I think you could
felt
easily
good.
go into high level Mythic Plus
I
or
think I
higher
could.
level Mythic Plus.
And you know
At
what? I
least to,
think I
like,
could.
I think you could at least do 8s
Yeah.
to be getting your crests.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't think it would be too hard for you to like do a level where you're kind of filling out your. I think it's 10s, isn't it? Where you're filling out your Mythic track in there as well.
Yeah,
You know?
I definitely think I could do it.
I
and
don't
like
think it's
Beast
an issue.
Mastery is like feeling okay right now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially if we do it together and stuff as well, and
Exactly.
what have you. So yeah, Turbo Boost will be a
Turbo
thing
Boost
later in the
is
season.
coming.
Presumably dinars will be a thing later on in the season as well. And who knows, maybe they'll even make it easier to get the thing that you want.
Well, Turbo Boost is going to come in 11.2.5, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And are the dinars going to be part of that as well? That
I
seems
don't
to make
know.
sense, right?
I don't know.
So
But yeah.
and you know, like we don't have to kill all the way up to the penultimate boss in Mythic to get the stuff we want this raid as well, because like most of the good stuff drops in the first sort of 6 bosses, which getting Mythic is still difficult and what have you. And like we got absolutely reamed by the first Mythic boss when we were in there trying.
bet,
But
I bet.
you know, I think we're all like a bit funny with gear at the moment. Gear's a bit all over the place, and so once that settles down a bit in a couple of weeks, we'll be bopping it. And you know, like the kind of our numbers getting better and the renown track for the raid and what have you, and it's all going to kind of add up and it'll be really, really good. So yeah, like the season's looking fun at the moment. I'm enjoying the Mythic Plus season. It's really good. But of course, you know, people are looking at this season and they're going, well, is this supposed to last us until... Well, I had someone in stream yesterday saying, is this supposed to last us until August next year when Midnight launches? And I was like, dude, I don't know. I don't think that's when it's going to launch.
It's coming
I'm
in
gonna be honest with you.
winter 2026, right?
Yes. So, I mean, the smart money, honestly, if I had to put a bet right now, like if I had to absolutely like hedge my bets.
Should we make a bet?
I would... Well, so I think I'm in a bit of a bind here, right? Because I think it's going to come in February.
Okay.
I think it's going to launch in February. At least the pre-patch I think will launch in February.
Okay, that doesn't count.
The pre-patch doesn't count?
No.
Okay. Well, I think
Talking about like proper expansion launch.
It's 12.0. Pre-patch is 12.0.
Okay, fine. Pre-patch.
Like,
fine.
I
No,
mean-
you're right. You're right. Actually, you're right.
So, I mean, I think it'll be February.
I think it's March.
If I was going to bet money on it, I would hedge my bets and I would say March.
Okay.
But for the sake of the bet, let's say I say February, you say March. I don't think it'll be later than March. I actually don't. I can't imagine it being later than March.
No, it's going to be in Q1.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, for sure. I think so. I think they'll move heaven and earth to get it.
Absolutely.
Even if the game still hasn't started working properly since they introduced player housing. Like, even if it's literally like we're going to introduce player housing pretty soon, like in what 2.7, right? So that's going to be like probably December,
Yeah,
something
December.
like that. They drop that, the game just fucking is a blue screen for a couple of months, right? And even if they haven't fixed that,
Oh my
they're still
God.
like,
Yeah.
fuck it, get it out the door, go, Q1, go. Oh, we did it, brilliant, nice one. Let's fire some people, and like that's that's just the way these things work, right? So I can't imagine it being later than March. I think it will be February. If I was hedging my bets, I'd say March, but I'm not hedging my bets. No sitting on the fence here. It is February release date for Midnight, mark my words.
It's March, for sure.
But like, so it wouldn't be an overly long season even then. But of course, in that time, we're going to have the Midnight alpha and beta, which will have like loads of player housing testing and stuff like that, and all the rest of it. And we think the alpha is due sometime this month or next month.
Yeah.
Like
Ian said it
Ian
was
said
coming
a
in the
month.
next few weeks.
He said like a month or so at Gamescom, and that was in August. So
mid-August.
yeah, I
mid-August.
mean, maybe this month and then maybe next month. Who knows?
Yeah.
And so that's gonna be fun. Oh my god, I can't wait until the alpha.
I know, me too.
I hope I get into the alpha. I'd be so upset if I don't.
I've got my notes here. It just says midnight alpha when.
So excited.
So exciting.
And do you know what? The reason I'm excited for this alpha is like a bit different from the reasons I'm excited for normal alphas. Usually I'm excited by an alpha because it makes me feel special and it makes my balls feel big. It makes me feel like I'm famous. And I'm like, yeah, see, it was
When they give me 2 invitations.
Yeah, no balls there. I was gutted. And it was like,
That's
that was
one
the first time we ever got alpha as
That's
well.
one for each of your
That
balls.
was the first time we ever got alpha.
Just 2.
Was BFA, and I was like, worth doing the channel. Like, that's the only
Yeah.
reason I want to do this channel from now on is to get alpha, because it makes me feel so special. And they were like, we're going to send you alpha, and it's like, yes. And then Evie got it, and I did not get it.
No.
And it was your birthday. We're in Poland, and I got in such a tantrum. I got in such a mood, like while we were out at a bar, a really cool bar.
Yeah, for my birthday.
For your birthday, as part of your birthday
my
lecture.
30th birthday
God, do you remember when we could just
celebrations.
go away for like 5 days at a time and no one even cared?
Yes.
Like, no one could even do anything about it.
Yep.
No one could stop us.
We could literally just think of the freedom we had. We could literally be, especially when we were doing channel stuff. Well, I was working and we were all doing other jobs, but you could be like, make a long weekend of it.
Yeah.
Should we just go somewhere? Should we go to the pub for 3 hours? Not have to run it by anyone first. Literally just like wake up with the sun, walk somewhere, do what you.
God, can you imagine? Anyway, and I got in a
Anyway.
bit of a tizzy because I didn't have it. And
Yes.
then our email went again with another
Well, it was
alpha.
my email.
And
My
it was
email.
you again!
I
And you got 2 alphas to BFA before I even got
like,
one.
Like 2 different
and
accounts
I was like,
for like my US one and my
mother-
EU one. And
I was,
it
you know,
so
it didn't
bad.
like for the channel. It didn't matter because we could just
No.
use your alpha and get all the footage and
Yeah,
stuff we
but
need. So,
I did
but
have
in
to
such a
message
tizzy.
someone and be like,
Tally's a bit upset.
could you just give him a little?
Please, like his masculinity is severely dented right now. Like,
Yeah, can you just buff him up a little bit?
he's feeling
give him a little
very
fluffing.
threatened right
Just
now.
give
So like, okay, so we got,
Yes.
but the reason I'm looking forward to alpha this time is because I
Silvermoon.
just want to go into Silvermoon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I know. And my first character in WoW was a night elf and Teldrassil. My second character in WoW and like what I've played traditionally ever since was like a human, Elwyn Forest, enjoying all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And my first blood elf was like 3rd or 4th kind of character that I ever started, and it was the first time I ever like teamed up with someone in a group to kill a big spider in the woods, right, in the Ghostlands. But so I wouldn't say it's like even a formative kind of memory or experience of WoW for me, because it wasn't one of the first ones that I did. But there's something so evocative about it, and I think because it is like kind of at the moment preserved in amber sort of thing in that TBC architecture, just squirreled away from the rest of the old world, like just shut off.
That golden glow.
Yeah, and I know there's just going to be this thing where I walk into Silvermoon for the first time, and it is going to feel so good.
I cannot wait. They don't really do the music in the alpha, do they?
No.
So that's my one sticking
but maybe
point
I'll just I'll just download like a Silvermoon soundtrack from like YouTube and play it as I'm in the alpha.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do in terms of like reimagining, the Silvermoon vibes, the music, like keeping the nostalgia. It was really promising talking with a lot of devs at Gamescom this year, who were saying that, the most important thing about Silvermoon was like, how do we do that nostalgia justice? How do we keep people feeling like it is Silvermoon, even though it's been rebuilt from the ground up?
And Gabriel was saying, like, we would be making stuff in Eversong Woods and Silvermoon, and we'd be in constant like communication with the world building team, being like, is this Silvermoony enough? Is this okay? And I love that. I absolutely cannot wait to see it, and everything I've seen about it so far looks amazing and seems to be hitting all the right spots. Like the trees and stuff, they look new, they look high res, but they keep that kind of blocky feel to them even, and they're just like, it looks so, I cannot wait. So that's why I'm super excited for alpha. So that's going to be fun. And just gradually chipping away at all my seasonal stuff. But of course, there could be maybe another plunder storm. They could drop another plunder storm on us or something like that.
Do you think it's coming? It doesn't feel like it's coming.
There's the small matter of player housing.
Yeah, I think
that's
housing
dropping in 2.7 as well,
instead of plunder storm.
Which,
not instead, but
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like, and so that's going to be dropping in like towards the end of the year, just in time for the holidays.
Yeah.
And
Cozy.
that's going to be. I feel like
insane.
people are underestimating how huge this is going to be. I know that there are loads of people that don't care about it, and I think that number might be exaggerated. Like the people who don't care about it, they seem to think everyone feels the same. Like, I don't think that's true. But at the moment, you might not think you care about it, And, you know, some of you will keep that mindset when player housing hits. But I can also guarantee you, having played it twice now at various stages of development, that there are many among you who currently don't think you care about player housing. And when you get your hands on that system and when you start playing with it, like, I promise you, you are going to be won over and you're going to be like, actually, you know what? This is great. And I'm just talking about literally like the process of making rooms and like putting things out and doing stuff like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And just the bare bones putting things in a room and moving them around and placing them and clipping them and like just that, I think, has a magic to it that is going to win over so many people. And that's even before you get to like the neighborhood stuff.
That's what I was going to say. Like for me, the real magic, I mean, I've, having put my hands on it just once, not as many as Tally. I didn't go to Boston. But the building experience, loved it. Watching the player housing creator clash, watching people experiment with it, like seeing, even just like hardcore PvPers really kind of embrace it, and like you see the little light go on and they just run with something super fun. That's even before like interacting with your guild, with your neighborhood. I cannot wait to see our guild in a neighborhood.
Oh, it's gonna be able so much fun.
Walk around, see people's houses, interact with people just in there. Like there's gonna be a channel, there's gonna be a voice like comms on the Discord just running 24/7 of like neighborhood chat, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be so good.
It's
just on a different level. It's
and
just
that's
a different
before
thing.
that's before you even think about the collectathon element of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got the actual kind of building and placing and making stuff. You've got the neighborhood stuff, which I think, and having both those things combined, genius. I would go as far as to say like the neighborhood stuff is probably like the single biggest selling point of WoW player housing is like its building system, which I think is as good as any. Like,
it feels really
MMO.
good. Feels great.
But I think the genius of it is the neighborhood, which I think is actually like creates a social element of it, which potentially could just be amazing. And having a guild neighborhood, which I think is just wonderful. Community neighborhoods, top draw. And then there's the impact that it has on the game as a whole beyond housing, which is the collectathon element and the crafting element. So like housing is going to hit. And you're going to be like, and you're going to look in your menu at all the stuff that you haven't got, which you can get. And you're like, well, that's pretty cool. What do I need to do to go and get that? Oh, I need to go and do this quest from Wrath. Or I need to go and kill this boss from TBC. Or I need to go and get these crafting materials and commission a crafter who's got the recipe to do it on the auction house. And like that is going to take up so much like bandwidth for people for the longest time after it drops, assuming the game still works, which, let's be honest, might not.
Well, that's the thing. And also like, how is lumber gonna work? No one knows. No one knows what lumber is. Okay, no, we know that you go out and you collect it from the world, but like, how much is there gonna be? Because everyone's gonna need it all at once in one go. So I'm sure they've thought about this, but I want to know more about the actual like crafting element, and it's going to be released over time. That's again, like all the devs have talked about this many times, where it's like this is a long haul feature. Like it's going to be there for a long time, and it's going to change over time, and it's going to start in one way. And you're going to have a little set to play with to start with, and you'll gradually have things added and changed. And so that's just really exciting.
Yeah. And like, it like delves, like they're firmly established in the DNA of the game now. And I found myself surprised leading up to the announcement of Midnight. I was like, I'm excited to see what the new delves are. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with delves and how they're going to kind of iterate on that and stuff. Likewise, it'll be the same with housing. It'll be like, here's a new patch. What are they going to add for player housing this patch? And it's going to be super exciting.
Yeah, it's just going to give it something. Yeah,
and it will kind of permeate all elements of the game, and it will have an effect on everyone to some small degree, even if it's like people that aren't particularly interested in it. And you know, I don't think the neighborhoods force any sociability on people. I think that's something that people are a bit scared of. You know, if they do like playing the game solo, which, you know, I do. I love playing the game solo as well. I don't do Mythic Plus with my guildies, really. I tend to prefer to pug them. It's just like a way I like playing the game. And, you know, public neighborhoods, they're gonna have houses everywhere, and they're gonna be your neighbors, but you know, you don't have to interact, not even to fill out your neighborhood renown and stuff, because your neighborhood renown is filled out by, well, it's basically just like your traveler's log. So, you know, you don't need to interact with anyone to do your traveler's log, right? Like it's you do it by doing the things that you do in the game, and that fills it up, and it works kind of in a broader sense of the whole neighborhood doing it, but you're still just, you don't have to interact with anyone. So but the potential is there for, you know, organized neighborhoods if they want to, but public neighborhoods I think will be pretty,
I don't think there's
relatively unsocial spaces in that sense.
I don't think there's any expectation for you to like go out and try and socialize in public neighborhoods. Although, you know, I'm sure that you may be able to kind of, will you be able to choose neighborhoods to join, or is it's just like,
I'm certain you will.
So I'm sure, you know, I'm sure there will be like RP based ones that people want to do, or even just like more socially inclined ones, or people are like, in this neighborhood, we literally don't talk to each other. I'm just here to build houses. And someone's going to be like, I love that. I want that. So that, you know, you're going to be able to find what you want.
Even if you're in a public neighborhood that does nothing, like, and doesn't fill out any of their bars or whatever, that doesn't even matter anyway, because all you have to do, like, so every month there's going to be, we think, something like 3 different endeavors to choose from. Okay, except in months where there's a special thing happening. So probably December, there won't be a special thing happening. It's going to be Winter Veil, right? So that you won't get a choice. But let's say that there's 3 choices generally every month for an endeavor. And like in public neighborhoods, you'll vote on which one to do. And in private neighborhoods and guild neighborhoods, like the leader will choose which one to do. And they might introduce a voting system as well, depending on how they want to organize the thing. But let's say you're in a neighborhood which doesn't complete any of the things, doesn't unlock any of the things. So you've got this one little vendor standing there desperate to sell you stuff, but you haven't like qualified for any of it. Seems pretty unlikely that's going to happen anyway. But it doesn't actually matter, because all you have to do is go to a neighborhood where they have done that stuff as a visitor. And I don't think you even have to, like, when I saw stuff I wasn't supposed to see before, I saw drop-down menus where you could just go to different neighborhoods.
Choose neighborhoods, yeah.
And, like, so I don't think you're even going to have to be invited to some neighborhoods. You're just going to be able to go in and have a little wander around and stuff like that, and a little tour. So, you know, you can just go to neighborhoods that have completed those things, and you'll be able to buy all the stuff that you want to buy.
That's pretty cool.
You know, so likewise, if your neighborhood chooses an endeavor that you weren't particularly fussed about, and you're like, oh, I wish we'd done the other one, you can just go to another neighborhood that has done it and get all the stuff. It's absolutely fine. Which is like awesome, right? That's like that. I think that's really, really cool, and I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be lovely.
Me too. I mean,
you're chuckling because people making fun of my hand gestures, aren't you?
That's I'm chuckling because I'm just thinking about, you know, you thinking that there was going to be, you know, night elf houses in work neighborhoods.
They fucked me, Evie. They fucked me on the houses, on the outside houses.
I feel like they've changed.
What do you mean me? That was our video. That was our interview.
Yeah, but you were like, I think you. Yeah. Anyway, it is just quite funny. But I'm just thinking about the bit where they describe it, because I've been reading those lines a few times just to make sure that they're right. Yeah, you know, you won't be able to have, you know, horde style houses in alliance neighborhoods, but neutral architecture will be allowed throughout. And I'm really curious what neutral architecture is in the World of Warcraft. I've been trying to envision this, and I'm like, what is it? Because all Warcraft kind of architecture well, not all of it, but lots of it belongs to you know, each faction. Maybe it's going to be something as specific as like Nerubian, you know, like maybe people can share Nerubian, but I'm like, what is neutral architecture?
Well, you know what's neutral?
Because that doesn't sound
Panda.
neutral. Ooh,
you know what's neutral?
Yeah.
Haranir. You know what's neutral?
Okay.
Earthen.
Okay, yeah. So maybe like that. Or like, what is and I was like, what's a generic style of architecture? I'm like, oh, it's just Stormwind, like,
well,
like generic fantasy, like. So So yeah.
And you know what? You're going to be on Group Finder. There will be groups that are like 8 out of 8 unlocked kind of gnome holiday event or whatever. Come to our neighborhood, and you'll be able to just join groups and go to neighborhoods and get all the stuff you want. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, housing is going to be absolutely huge, and when housing hits for early access in probably December, let's play it safe. That's going to be massive. That's going to keep people busy all the way up to midnight dropping as well. Am I right in thinking, maybe you know, maybe you don't, maybe in chat can help us, but I seem to think in my head that the new player experience stuff is launching before pre-patch as well? In 2.7.
Oh.
So like the new kind of Exile's Reach, where you're hanging out with Jaina and Thrall now, and Rathian. And the new kind of like they say 2 or 3 hour kind of curated path through the
War Within.
War Within expansion. Yeah, like the catch up from 70 to 80, and the new kind of player experience kind of curated path through Dragonflight for new players as well, which I think is going to be so cool, where you go into raids and you fight raid bosses and you just do the whole story. And then when you defeat Firak at the end of Dragonflight in that raid, and you defeat him with your like little computer raid, you're at 70, and then you're like, well, time for War Within to get to 80 then, and then you do like a little curated path through War Within for 10 levels, finishing with the fight against Dimensius. It's gonna be so cool.
It's literally what we've been kind of talking about and dreaming of for
5 years ago. I made that video.
So long. Now they have to go back and do it for all the expansions.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But this is a very good start.
This is a great start. It's brilliant.
Terrific.
And
so
kind of the most recent expansions as
that's another thing that's going to drop. And who knows what other like little events might find their way into patch 11.2.5 and 11.2.7.
So does this mean that they have formally retired Plunderstorm? Is it over?
No, I don't think so. Well, we can't guarantee it's not coming back, honestly.
So
it wouldn't shock me if it came back.
I love it.
Like, there's the thing that Jeremy Fiesel mentioned in that WoW Direct about the other thing we're going to talk about, which we haven't even mentioned, which is also dropping. This is me building up to being but also Jeremy Fiesel, of course, mentioned like something which sounds like it's going to come out around Halloween time, which is something which is apparently set in Duskwood and has like horror vibes. Do you remember him saying that?
I completely missed this.
Yeah, so there's going to be an event that we so far still know nothing about, where it's going to be in Duskwood, and it's going to have like horror survivory vibes, and a lot of people think it might be connected to that Vampire Survivor thing that got kind of data mined ages and like so long ago. People thought that was going to be Plunderstorm.
I remember that.
I remember like the Vampire Survivor thing. So maybe something like that. And it was mentioned once, no one's ever mentioned it again. No. But we suddenly remembered it the other day. I was like, really kind of like. So that's another thing we've got to look forward to. All in all, going to keep us very, very busy. Even if it was just that stuff, that's a pretty full calendar until like February or March, right?
Yeah, that's not bad.
And we haven't even mentioned the actual big thing that's happening in between then. What is it, Evertel?
It's Legion Remix.
Thank God! We got to the title of the actual podcast. Thank my goodness.
Or as someone in chat mentioned early on, Legion Refix.
Yeah. Legion Refix. That's what I should have done in the thumbnail. I'm an idiot. How did I miss that one?
Yeah.
I still think Remix is what became with the Vampire Survivor experiment. Well, I did too, until Fiesel was sitting there talking about Legion Remix, and he was like, and also, though, we've got a thing coming up in Duskwood, and now I'm thinking, well, actually, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that didn't turn into Legion Remix
at all. Are you sure it's this year? Maybe it's next?
He certainly implied, but you can never tell with Fiesel. He's a sly old dog. He's a mischievous little scamp. And you can never tell. You can never tell with him, can you? So, everything that's happened in this podcast so far for the first
52 minutes.
52 minutes. Completely useless. Nah, forget it. Forget it ever happened. It was just a dream.
We had good chats. I enjoyed.
It was just a dream. Yeah, we were never even here. But we're here now, and we're going to talk about Legion Refix. So what's going on? I haven't played it, but I do know that everyone hates it. That's okay. It's been hard to keep up, but it came out and everyone was like, "Yay, Legion remix!" And then like it hit the PTR and everyone went, "Boo, Legion remix, this sucks." And then maybe we like it again now. Can you give me I want a full timeline on this, please, while I sup on the last of the dregs of my coffee. Can you fill me in with the whole story of Legion remix so far? Please?
Let me give you a brief overview. So when the 11.2.5 PTR first came out, people gave it a spin and they went, and the forums did not rejoice.
What was wrong with it?
It felt far too slow. I think people were still riding the high of Mop Remix, in which you essentially became a god.
Yeah, and also the last experience they had with Mop Remix was the end of Mop
where
Remix.
People were just insanely powerful, and that was kind of the core of the fun for a lot of people. Meanwhile, in Legion Remix, it felt like there was kind of a change in approach where, namely there's kind of this... keep trying to avoid the word time gated, but what's the word? I can't think of the word, but every few weeks there will be a new phase. There's a phased approach. God, just gonna have a sip of coffee right now.
Did you accidentally put it on double question mark this podcast?
Yeah, I did.
Wait a minute.
Podcast, obviously. 2 question marks. So there's a phased approach where every I forget what it is. Every week, every couple of weeks, there's another part of the expansion.
Now listen,
part of Legion is released.
I think that sounds shit.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of that.
No.
My favorite thing about so I'm kind of on the fence about this in some ways, because actually the bits I enjoyed of Mop Remix the most weren't actually the God mode bits.
Oh, okay.
My favorite bits about Mop Remix were the very beginning bits where it was a little bit slower and it did, where I was getting my ass kicked in scenarios even. I remember there was a couple of scenarios that we really, really struggled with in the early days there, and it was super fun. And, I don't play Classic or anything like that, so that was kind of like my Classic experience in a sense, and I really, really enjoyed that. And I enjoyed it when I was in God mode as well, but it didn't have any longevity for me, God mode. It's like when you play Grand Theft Auto and you put in like the infinite guns and ammos cheat, and at first you're like, this is amazing, and then you start like just killing everyone, and you get your stars up to 7, and you're on top of the bank, and there's like police helicopters and cars pulling up, and you've got the bazooka and you're just like blowing them all up and stuff, and it's amazing for like a couple of hours, but then you're done with it, right?
Yeah.
And that's how it felt with Mop Remix once I was God mode.
Yeah.
So I got my shoulders and I
Fair.
effed off, right?
Yeah.
So, but I did like the fact that I could go into all of the raids straight away,
You can
and
get
all
everything.
of the dungeons straight away, and all of the scenarios straight away, and that was good. So I hear about the time baiting of it, and I don't like the sound of it.
Yeah, someone said the word staggered. That is the word that I was looking for. So there's a staggered release. Okay, so this is a thing. People have been seeing a contrast to the Legion Remix approach versus the Mop approach. Whereas in Mop, it felt insane. God mode can be achieved. You're just like blasting through. And I felt even in the beginning, I felt like I could achieve blastiness pretty quickly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Mop. Yeah.
Oh, Mop, sorry.
Yeah, in Mop.
Sorry.
Whereas,
Misunderstood.
and so the combination of kind of a lack of power and then this kind of staggered release that, it just set off some alarm bells for people. And then even in testing, people found that it just felt quite slow. So we had that. And then a week ago, they put out some patch notes, which is really nice. And which they're like, hey, we're listening to all of your feedback of like 5 million posts on the forums.
And there were good dudes in charge of Legion Remix as well.
They're
and
very good dudes.
I remember when on stream, people coming in and being like, Tally, what do you think of how shit Legion Remix is? And I was like, well, I don't know because I haven't played it. And, I look forward to it coming out. And what I will say is I have great faith in the Legion Remix teams. Like there are people in there that we know personally who are awesome and really cool. And I was like, whatever happens, I have no doubt that if there's something that everyone fucking hates about it right now, it will be fixed because like they're good blokes. They're good dudes, right?
Yeah. And so I think even yesterday, yet again, there was yet another push out onto the patch.
Do you want me to put your screen on?
You could if you like. I mean,
Oh,
Wrong screen.
yeah, I know.
That's screenception.
In the screen, yeah, I know. Give me 1 sec. Oh, I thought that was going to do it.
No.
Oh, I thought. There we go. Yay!
We got there. So yeah, so we had. So this was a week ago. We had again a huge kind of buff in terms of XP, power, rewards, just increased kind of across the board, which is pretty cool. That happened a week ago. They also added bronze brand beard, which I love for people who just want to jump in and test stuff at max level. I love Brand's brawn beard.
Me too.
Bronze. Yeah. So there are kind of buffs across the board, which was pretty cool. But one thing that people were still kind of stuck on was this heroic worlds tier, which basically just increases difficulty all over the world. But what it meant was that people were like, I'm getting more powerful, and then instantly are slowed down by the world, and you're like, I no longer feel powerful.
Is it not optional though?
It is optional. Yeah. It is optional, but the
so
feedback for that was just
point,
generally,
though?
Yeah, but it was like the complaints were that like it's too much. Like there's a kind of like a feeling of a lack of power.
Right.
But in the and also your disc belt. Oh, that's another thing to mention. So your Titan disc belt. Do not throw away all the belts you've been choosing from your great vaults.
What?
Because I'm sure you have been picking belts every week and hoarding them, as you should be.
Yes.
Right? Have you been doing that?
No, of course fucking not. Even though I haven't got any belts, because actually one of my kind of sort of like ambitions this season, I cannot wait to get rid of my Titan disc belt. I'm so excited to get rid of my Titan disc belt.
Lucky you. In 11.2.5, your Titan disc belt is going to be nerfed by 20%.
What's that got to do with Legion Remix?
It just happens in 11.2.5, which is also Legion Remix.
Okay, fine, yeah.
So you're all of those belts that you've been hoarding, and because I've been choosing belts for my vault every week, I've just made a little collection.
I know, like just like kind of like linked them all together.
Yeah. I've just had like a bag just of belts. Anyway, something to be aware of. So these patch notes came out a week ago, and then we have more that came out yesterday, basically, and they have yet again added more power scaling, basically across the board.
Okay.
Which is really cool. And again, there's just a really nice sense of being listened to, right? Like lots of discourse is happening around Legion Remix. People are kind of rightfully a bit frustrated with it at the moment, but that's what testing is for, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a really nice sense of the PTR actually being used for its purpose.
Yeah.
As a testing realm.
Yeah.
As a very public testing realm, right? Right? Public test. Like, yeah. You know, we're kind of used to this concept of the PTR as this is just a slightly unpolished version of the game. Whereas in Legion Remix, I think the approach is just like, oh, we'll try it. Yeah. You know? So
kind of using PTR as intended, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty cool. And the feedback that I've seen recently has been pretty good. I last played it earlier this week before this latest change came out, and I have to say I did about like 2 hours. I really enjoyed the quests that situate you within Remix, like kind of all timey-wimey stuff.
Oh, just like the opening stuff.
Yeah, the opening is good. The opening is really nice. The hub that you get is really nice. And I spent a really long time looking at all of the vendors and all of the shiz I can buy, because that is what Legion Remix is going to be all about for me.
Well, of course, for everyone, right? You're not going to be all about setting high scores in Mythic Plus and stuff like that.
Well, no, but again, like it should be pretty cool because people would be like soloing super high keys by the end.
And that's the thing. So I've seen. We'll get into your like smorgasbord of rewards in just a moment. But like, yeah, I've been, not keeping track of it necessarily because I know you've been on it. So you were playing it and getting all the footage and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, we can cover this. This is great, and I get the privilege of then kind of not having to bother, and I get to go and enjoy it when it's live. But I've been keeping like vague track. And yeah, since the new updates came out, I've seen people like Soul So Breezy who test that stuff hard, right?
Yeah. On top of it.
Our buddy and colleague, right? Because we've worked together lots. Yeah. So he was saying that it does seem like you can when you've got everything, you can like solo he's seeing people solo up to like plus 30 Mythic Plus.
Right.
And I kind of think if you can solo up to plus 30 Mythic Plus in Legion Remix, you can probably get powerful enough. Like, I think that's probably a good amount of power.
Yeah.
Like soloing plus 30s. I think that's probably I think that's probably, can you get powerful enough? Well, I don't know. You can solo plus 30s. Is that powerful enough? Yes, I would say that is indeed powerful enough. So, and you know, Solo's doing that in his lunch break, right? So like, there's going to be people who actually really want to push it, who can like get super far and you know, it's going to be incredible. And God knows what 5 people can do.
Yeah.
But that solo element of feeling super powerful from Mop Remix does appear to be there and stuff. So
yeah.
I think it does seem like, you know, people didn't like a thing and they changed the thing and now it's good. And I think that's going to be terrific.
I mean, in a nutshell, yeah. My one concern was...
Well, I like it as well, by the way, because it means I was absolutely right. When everyone voiced their concerns to me, I was like, dudes, you're right to voice your concerns, but I have full confidence in this team. And it seems like I was proven right.
Yeah. My concern in the few hours that I took through leveling and getting my kind of head wrapped around it was that I didn't feel particularly powerful in about like 2 hours, but I think that's
in
a given.
2 hours.
But yeah,
what? You played that game for 2 hours, half of which you already admit was just going through menus, looking at the rewards, and you weren't super powerful. You couldn't even solo a plus 30 after 2 hours. Yeah. Ian, damn you, Hazard Costes! Curse you for making us this way. What?
Yeah.
Dead on arrival, Legion reshit.
I did have a pang of fear and uncertainty as I was clicking through. Well, first it was delight because the cosmetic rewards, which you use your bronze for, and again, bronze is purely tied to cosmetic rewards, no power, which is very, very important. So I'm all about that bronze. And I started looking through the vendors and I was like, wow, I would buy most of the stuff from this vendor. You know, mythic gear vendor, I would buy most of the stuff from this vendor. Cool mount vendor, pretty much all of it. Fell recolors of all of the class hall mount, like mounts, yes, okay, all of those. And I started feeling a little bit panicky looking at the like 5,000 bronze I had in my bag when, you know, sets are going for like 20,000 bronze, some mounts going for like 100,000 bronze. So Wowhead have gone and done the work. Based on the figures currently on the PTR, if you wanted to collect every item from the vendors, this is presuming that you didn't play any Legion and didn't collect any of the items. Because some of them, of course, you can just go and get in Legion and it will be far cheaper. So they've actually, things that you can currently acquire if you play through Legion stuff. If you choose to get it through Legion Remix, they're like significantly more expensive than other things, right? So you can get them in other ways. But if you want to get everything, it will cost you just over 8 million bronze.
I don't even get out of bed for less than 4 million, so that's easy.
That to me struck me as a big number. But again, we don't know exactly how much, like, you know, as you grow in power, your bronze acquisition will scale, your power will scale, and everything will go faster.
Not just as you grow in power, but literally as the season progresses.
Of course.
Like
exactly. And that's the thing.
The amounts of bronze that you get will undoubtedly be more for the same activity later on than it is going to be in the first couple of weeks. Yeah. And I don't know if I love that, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So that's something that made me go, but like you say, it's tied to like the whole system. It's going to be scaling. You're going to be drowning in bronze at some point. You know, and you will be doing the higher level stuff, right? You will be soloing keys if you like, which is kind of sounds great. That's kind of how I want to do keys, right? I think. So yeah, you know, it that made me go, but I'm still gonna do it. Still gonna jump into it.
How does your gear upgrade then in that case?
You collect you just get higher level gear as you go.
But it's not upgraded.
You have your artifact weapon, which has a special Legion Remix tree, which is just a big sword, and it just has power.
Well, for you, it's a big sword, I guess.
I think everyone has the same one. I think it's just the actual like because it's like a special artifact, right? It's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I seem to recall it had like different. Like there's like a fell path and like a different path. Has that changed?
I think it's just literally the same one for everyone. Yeah.
Okay.
And you're just filling it up. You're just filling your bar to increase power.
Sure. Okay.
Right.
And that just comes from like killing stuff, opening stuff.
Yeah,
stuff.
you get like infinite power, infinite knowledge. It all just stacks. So yeah, I think people are still like a little bit worried in terms of comparing it to Mop, where their experience was like blasting through it. By the very nature of this being staggered means that it's going to be slower, right?
Yeah,
it's just going to have to be slower. You might hit like kind of a cap at some point and then have to wait for the next week. I don't know if it's going to be quite that dramatic. But yeah, that is the state of Remix right now. There is one thing which the masses are still up in arms about, and that is the lack of a mage tower.
Oh. Yeah.
So there's still no mage tower.
They said there wasn't going to be a mage tower.
Exactly. And I heard that and I was like, all right, I'll move.
Still no artifact mage tower appearances on the vendors?
No artifact mage tower
Running
appearances.
out of time, guys. I still think they're going to. I think they're going to.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think they are.
It just seems like so. Well, it's such a no-brainer. It's such a big win. Such an easy win.
It is. They would have to be recolors, right? Like special
I think like to make the most people happy.
Yeah.
Recolors of the Mage Tower appearances.
They would have to be because that would go against their like kind of exclusivity motto.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think.
But then I kind of feel like some of the things on the vendors go against the exclusivity model. Like for example, like you did a great achievement. You got your purple hippogriff.
Yeah,
I remember you getting the purple hippogriff in our old flat.
Yeah,
and you were so excited.
Hippogriff where I just had to farm crystals and much like the phase lost slate back. All these time lost mounts, right? Like you literally lose a lot of time doing them. I love them. Yeah, that was the one where I saw and I was like, oh, really? I worked really hard for that one. Kind of sucks that you can just buy it though. Of course, you have to work to earn. I mean,
you
bronze.
Can still get that, I guess. So
exactly,
it's not like
you can still get that.
It's not like a time, but one that is unavailable right now, which you'll be able to buy on the vendors, is of course the Violet Spellwing, which we're both the proud owners of, right? So I'm on the Violet Spellwing all the time. That's the only mount I ride right now. Because I'm like, I want the whole of the server to know that I've got the Violet Spellwing before everyone's got it. I'm like, look at me on my Violet Spellwing. Oh, look how cool I look. Oh, isn't it so great? Because I probably won't be riding it much after Legion Remix, to be honest.
So it's funny. I'm generally like, yeah, sure, people can collect what they like, but there are a couple of them that made me go like, oh, but actually I did work hard to get those, but you know what? Whatever. What else was I?
So I'm in two minds about it. Again, like. There's the part of me which is like, just let everyone have everything, but then I'd be lying if I claimed that I didn't care at all when like the Violet Spellwing's popping up or something. I'm pretty if the Mage Tower disc appearance came up and you could just buy the hot pink version of it, which I love and which I get comments on all the time because just not many people have it, right? Then it would sting a bit, despite how I say that everyone should have everything. Both things can be true at once. Like I do think everyone should have access to the Mage Tower stuff, but I'm also kind of glad they don't. And
there's a huge range of new stuff as well, which also it made me think about
kind of stuff. What kind of new stuff is there?
Huge numbers of mounts, like huge numbers of recolors of mounts.
Oh wow, okay.
New. Like another mount that I really love is like the nightmare like courser, like the blacky purple unicorn that you get from doing the puzzles, the secret, the maze.
Sure. Oh my god, I don't have to do the maze.
You should do the maze. No, I don't think you can get it on there. I don't think you can actually get that one. But there are literally. No, Tally, you can't get it. You can't get it. Sit down. You can't get it. You can't get that specific mount. I don't think you can. I didn't see it on there. Sit down. You literally can't get it.
Well,
but
because I did that. I did that
it.
entire thing, and then I got to the maze bit, and I was like,
you're
"Nah,
like,
fuck
I
it,
can't
mate.
do the maze.
I'll just wait until I'll wait for 10 years until
I still
Legion
have all of
Remix
my
is a thing, and then I'll just
sheets.
fucking
I
buy
have
it.
my
Easy
little,
game.
like my maze sheets somewhere still. But there are literally like 10 recolors of that mount, like with like slightly different red, slightly different purple glow. You'll never have the same one. It'll never be as good as mine. But yeah, there's a huge number of like mount recolors. Being able to get some like really cool mythic sets are it's like really amazing actually. So there's a huge amount of stuff, and I was actually quite surprised. I would not call myself a collector. I like things in WoW, but I wouldn't describe myself as a collector. But seeing this stuff really did make me wonder. Like, and worry a little bit for people who do consider themselves collectors.
I need
it's like,
everything, right?
I need everything. So, there's been a kind of a shift in focus towards collecting a little bit recently. Like we had Collector's Bounty. We have these remix events happening where you can get new stuff. Obviously, we have the Trading Post, which is another source of things you can collect. And there's a new little pet you can buy. Whether you get
speaking of effing over collectors.
Yeah, speaking of collectors.
Yeah, so the gear store pet, which I can't even honestly. I'm enjoying this chat about Legion Remix. I can't honestly be bothered talking about.
Yeah, sorry, we don't have to.
The gear store thing.
I can mention it for a second.
There's a pet that like you have to spend $75 in the gear store, which by the way is more money for UK people on the UK gear store than it is for people on the EU.
Is it £75?
75 across the board, mate. So $75, which is the cheapest way of doing it. There's 70, not Australian dollars, obviously you'd need to. Well, actually no, 75 Australian dollars, like the same as sending a first class letter.
Yeah, 70.
You know, like but like 75 US dollars, like considerably cheaper than 75 euro, which is considerably cheaper than 75 pounds. So I mean, like it's us, it's the UK ones getting dicks. Luckily, no one in the UK likes pets. We hate them. So like it's $75 in the like the gear store. Another thing is, if you're in the UK, much more difficult to spend £75 in the gear store because there's nothing in there.
There's nothing on the UK site. And again, this probably comes down to like Brexit shenanigans, but literally no midnight merchandise. Because we went to Gamescom and I was like, look at all these cool Xalatath t-shirts. I love them. We'll come back and get them in a few days. Of course, they sold out and we like absolute idiots.
Yeah.
We're there the day before anything opened and didn't buy anything.
We did get like a goodie bag with like the Xalatath mouse mat.
We did get the mouse
So we've got
mat,
two
really
Xalatath mouse mats,
one
which
for
is
me
just
and one for you. Yeah.
I mean, one's going in a frame and going on the wall because it's very cool.
The other one is just for like touching.
Yeah. And we got two like LED kind of fantasy lanterns, which our kids love.
It was cool.
Like,
and so we were like, stupidly, we were like, we'll just go home and buy stuff off the gear store. You literally can't. I mean, you can. You have to buy it from the EU store and then like pay for. Anyway,
I know,
if you drop $75 or £75, you get this cool little like moose with a capybara. It's like a little fell capybara.
Yeah.
Or moose. Little critter.
The Xalatath mouse mats aren't actually in the store. Even,
are they not in the store?
No, not
okay.
that I've seen.
Okay.
They're really good
cool.
though. They were a Gamescom exclusive, which they sold out instantly in Gamescom.
Oh yeah.
But we got them in a goodie bag.
But yeah, so you can get the kind of like fiery recolor of the pet if you spend $75 or pounds, bucks, dollar dues. But you can get the fell recolor through Legion Remix if you prefer.
Nice.
But so seeing this kind of put behind,
What's your thoughts on that? Yeah, what where do you stand on it?
The thing is, it's not for me, so I'm not personally. I don't feel like aggrieved by this. I did roll my eyes, and I thought the Wowhead article title for the article was good, which is like, new store pet will cost you more than the midnight expansion, which is true. It costs more than the base and the heroic editions, which is wild. But again, you're talking about the shop, the store. This isn't like the in-game shop. This is the merch store.
Well, it means you can't even use in-game gold to buy it. Like you can stuff on the actual in-game store.
Yeah.
Like in-game store, whatever you think about it, and I don't like it, as everyone knows, but you can at least spend your in-game gold to buy anything on there. That's not the case with the gear store.
Yeah.
So like it really is proper dollar.
You just
gotta
have to drop
on
it.
that.
So and then I did see a couple of people being like, oh, well, that actually really sucks because I like to collect things and now I'm kind of forced to spend the money in order to collect this. You're not forced, but So I
get it.
I do get it. I do feel for people. You know, I feel like it's impossible for WoW to release anything like that without some negative feedback.
Sure.
Right? Like it's always.
So maybe you just don't do that then.
Well, that would mean that you learn a lesson. But no.
It's like, oh, Blizz can't win. I think they could actually. I think they could just not do that.
Just but they make the big bucks. So
yeah. So I don't know why Blizz doesn't allow the UK gear store to have any of like the good stuff, but it doesn't. So I mean, yeah, I can't see myself. Maybe if you know there was lots of cool midnight stuff on the UK gear store, I could even see myself like that could be a spur to spend some money.
exactly.
On there,
it's like, oh, okay, but there isn't. So, but you know, there's other stuff. US store, meanwhile, is like rolling in cool stuff.
Oh man,
We were
they
just
got
having a
so
scroll
much
through.
midnight shit on there.
And like jerseys and like
Yeah.
cool shiz. Anyway, whatever.
But it's like, yeah, I'd
but
have to spend $75 buying stuff and then $75 on like shipping.
Yeah.
Then I get my pet that I don't even want. So it's like, I'm all right, you know. I got my Xalatath mouse mat. I'm okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's enough about that.
Yeah.
Go back to like Legion Remix. So what are you what class did you test it on?
I started a mage because I really want to do the mage order hall.
And did you start with the Mage Order Hall?
I did start it and then I stopped, but I'm really excited. Like,
It's great, isn't it?
Like the instant I stepped in, I was like, oh, we're starting the order hall campaigns, and that's another thing. I feel like Remix is going to be if you're blasting through stuff. We still don't have much info on like making like alts and more characters. Like
Sure.
if there will be kind of like a buff that you get.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know, hopefully that will happen.
Because the general format is the same. You have to start a new character and level them all the way through, right?
Yeah. But I would love if I like did someone all the way through, got like mega power, and then could just do like alts. That'd be amazing because I want to run through the order hall campaigns. Like I really
You didn't do it at the time like I did you?
I did not because I was like, I'm just
You were
a
like,
hunter.
I got stuff to do, man. I'm just
no.
going to wait 10 years
I
for Legion
lied.
Remix, and
I've
I'll
done-
do it then.
I've done the hunter order hall campaigns and I've done the priest. I did shadow priest, which was cool.
Oh, wow. That is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and mage as well because I've got yeah.
Oh, so you've done Mage.
Have I done
That's
mage?
interesting.
Because I have
You don't remember it,
Aleneth.
though. The Mage Order Hall is like sublime.
I don't know
It's
if I
really
did,
great.
like,
I don't
the
remember
whole
anything
thing.
about the questing, but like the actual building. the
Yeah, and
actual
then you
Order
go
Hall
in
is
and it's all
fantastic.
like messy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so doing like the class campaigns is going to be like, that's going to be a selling point for me because I haven't done most of them. So I
That's
really want to
terrific.
go through and get them.
Yeah, maybe I will, but I have done them all before. I was kind of hoping they might chuck something in for evokers.
I know.
So that like
Just
there's a
give
new
them
thing for me to do,
something.
right? But apparently not. So, okay, whatevs.
It's fine.
Wow.
You're just going to have to like solo plus 30 keys.
Is Evoker really the only new class we've had in the game since Legion?
Yeah. Well, this is going to go in our stuff we wish was coming in midnight, but doesn't seem to be video, which we're working on. I like really need a new class,
Wait.
man.
Actually, I've never thought about it in those terms.
Yeah.
Evoker's the only new class we've had in the game for like since Legion? That's
Well, you know, since Dragonflight.
yeah, what it's the only one we've had since Legion.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's wild to me. Oh my god, I don't like thinking about it like that. Okay,
No.
we need one in Last Titan then. It's gotta be done,
like,
right?
You really,
Oh my
really
goodness.
need a new, yeah.
Oh, that is your job after this podcast, by the way. Find a winner for the bingo. Event.
Yes, I will. Row L.
Yeah,
Diagonal
thank you.
row L.
'Cause, like you know how to do that, like random stuff from comments.
I'm going to
and-
do
and
that.
stuff,
I'm going to
and
do that
I
tomorrow
don't.
morning.
So,
That's my job for tomorrow morning.
You heard it here first.
Along, because I have to pick up the kids after this. Tomorrow morning, along with uploading this podcast to your preferred podcast listening services.
That's your
gonna
job
be my
now
job
too.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been given that job too. So yeah.
Yeah, we had a reckoning.
Yeah.
This is your job now.
I do this now,
But wow, that does sound really interesting. That's cool. And what is like top of your priority list for things to be buying from the vendors
Oh my god!
that
Like
you've seen?
like all of the mythic armor sets look
so good.
insane. Like
Well, and
they look.
I had to like really
amazing.
stop myself from farming those during the collector's bounty event because
Yeah.
I want to go in there and I was like, oh, please let them all be on there. Because I'm not farming this shit, right? But yeah, like the Tomb of Sargeras and well, actually every single kind of
Night
like
Elves.
tier set collection are bangers from Legion.
I
Like
love
the
them.
ones from the first tier, so the Nighthold and the Nightmare, like are top tier. I still wear lots of that in my main transmog now.
Yeah, caveat: the hunter ones are.
The Hunter one is good though, isn't it? Isn't it the Sylvanas, the Ranger one?
Yeah, but I
from
have
that tier?
those.
But you get
all
them in
of
different colors though.
You can get them in different colors, and then also like all of the I was so clicking through all the class sets. Hunter, like there's the one with like the fish ears. Like, man, like we
Fish
really,
ears?
yeah. There's like the fish.
What
ears.
fish?
There's like
I've never seen a fish with
Oh,
ears.
dude,
What are you talking about?
Like scale. You guys know the ones I'm talking about. It has like this.
I think of that as the Jurassic Park
and it
one.
has a
I think of
like
that
a
like
weird.
that's the little dino in Jurassic Park when the guy
ponytail.
gets in the car and he's all
Oh
like,
my god, those actually made me those made me sad actually seeing like scrolling through all the cool sets like Druid insane. Like I love Hunter. I felt deeply sad.
As
but
always.
all the
Like,
but all the
just a familiar feeling for you, right?
I was like, oh my god, yeah. So yeah, the helms particularly are like insanely bad, but loads of cool, like you say, cool cloth sets, amazing cloth sets. Yeah, and
I've had my eye on some of those like Tomb of Sagara sets for a long time.
Oh my god, they're so good. There's like, good stuff in there,
including sets for my main, because there was a really annoying thing during Legion where not all of the appearance set would be in the raid. There was usually like one item that was from a world drop or something. So like even though I ran like Tomb of Sagara's heroic on my main so much, because it took us like 160 kills to kill Jaden on heroic. Okay, so we ran that raid a lot. Okay, and God, that's people still talk about that like it was horrible, but I had so much fun. Doing 160 pulls on that. It was fantastic times, and like but even then. I think it's either some cuffs or a belt. It's not a belt, or maybe some shoes. But like I do not have the complete set heroic on my main, so it doesn't appear in my sets collection because I'm missing this one thing, and I'm looking forward to buying. I'm looking forward to spending 20,000 bronze
for the whole
on the
set.
ensemble so that I can get my one little belt or something. Really looking forward to that. But but I think there were loads of great sets throughout Legion that I'm really looking forward to.
They're amazing sets. There are loads of great mount recolors. Like genuinely, I was just scrolling through and I was like, this rules. Like,
are there many recolors of the class mounts? Are the class mounts up there to buy as well?
You get the I don't think you can buy the mount on its own because you have to earn it through the campaign, but you can buy everything gets a fell recolor, which I find kind of ugly. But if you like green, go wild.
Right. Okay, cool.
It did remind me how much.
That's fitting though, I guess. Yeah.
I love the priest mount, the derpy owl. Like I adore it, and I cannot believe there aren't more people riding it around.
Dumb
right
owl
now.
is the best.
The big
best owl.
I love it so
There's nothing else
much.
like it in the game either. I know it uses a rig like other ones, but
There's
it's just
nothing else, and it's like
so
big
good.
head sticking for. I love that. I cannot wait to see. I can't wait to see people kind of refreshing their going into 11.2.5. You're gonna have turbo boost on. Like you're gonna be getting loads of stuff. You'll be doing raids and dungeons and gearing up. You'll also be doing like remix and then eventually you can port your character over whenever you want. That's the thing.
That's another great upgrade, like that.
So you'll be able to transfer over to retail like whenever you're ready. You're just like done. I mean, it's just a nice way to level up if you want. Like I want to level some people up and send them over. But I'm excited to see the revival of like Legion chic, like Legion style.
The Legion glow.
Oh, I
love
love
the Legion glow. Just like the very thick, like
Legion
luminous
unicorns.
Like,
I'm so excited. You'll be able to buy all of like the Paragon mounts, which like I didn't get any of them. There's the Court of Ferondis Hippogriff, which is cool. The Storm Drake, the red Storm Drake, which again, there aren't many like Storm Drake models with like the Legion glow on it. It's pointy chin.
I've got that one, but there are a couple I don't have.
That
So
one.
I'm looking. I look forward to getting those.
One. So being able to do stuff like picking up like those I'm really excited by. There's a load of stuff you can get.
Is withered training a thing?
Withered training is happening.
No way. In Legion Remit? Tell me about my favorite thing.
I didn't jump in and do it immediately. Oh my god. I mean, doing Suramar, I cannot wait. But they have increased withered training like stuff that you get, that it is mentioned in here. It does exist.
Wow.
Wither
Basically, can I
training
do it
is
once and
real.
then never again? Because I feel
Probably.
like I don't ever want to go anywhere near it ever, really, honestly.
Yeah.
I hated Wither training.
Yeah.
With a passion.
It
was
kind
like
of sucked.
the kind of thing I really hate.
I
What
didn't
about
like it.
what about the Chromie scenario? Is that coming back?
I think so.
Interesting. Because I
check.
completed that on the PTR
Yeah.
and then didn't do it in live. So I don't have it in live. Because I worked really hard on it on PTR and I'd already done it by the time it happened. So I was like, I'll get round to it. It's been on my to-do list for the last 10 years. So
Okay.
But I don't have it in game because it was I did it on PTR.
Yeah.
I know what happens, but like, yeah. That'd be fun too.
Yes, so I think there's
Wow.
a lot to look forward to. And I mean, this is going to span the entire stretch of
Sure.
Legion, which is big.
Yeah,
There's a
still,
lot.
I'm still unconvinced about the time gating of it.
Yeah, no, me too.
Like,
Me too.
I
like,
get
why
the
not just
thinking
let
behind
everyone do it
Yeah,
all in
exactly.
one go? For people who literally just want to live and breathe remix, like, let them do it.
I feel like it feels like they're just trying to make it like a classic rollout kind of thing. And it's like, I know we don't do that here.
Yeah,
Don't do
I
it.
mean,
just chuck it
maybe
out
they
there.
just want people playing
I
for the
get it.
duration
And-
of the
well,
patch.
But yeah,
right?
I know that's exactly what it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like I'm
it's
glad to help
kinda-
your metrics out, but I also would just like to play all the thing, please.
Yeah.
You know,
like, what if I just want to put my head down and just absolutely bop?
And that's the thing I liked about Mop was the bop. The mop bop was good.
Yeah.
I was able to get in there, and I enjoyed every second of it, and I was done in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm done with this now, and
Yeah.
I don't want to play it anymore. And I really enjoyed what I played. And being forced to go back when I'm already done because there's a new thing I need to go and do and get, and like that's not going to be the same level of like you have to let people enjoy it on their own terms to a certain degree, haven't you? I think, and yeah. Taking the power out of my hands. And we've already established there's going to be loads more going on as well to be doing. So
Yeah.
I don't know, like whatever happens, it feels like we're going to be very busy and very full up until midnight comes out.
I think we'll be kept pretty busy. I enjoyed Turbo Boost. Like,
Oh, yeah, me too.
I think it's really helpful. And again, like for people like me who just have like hero tier gear, I can get some of my better stuff.
Well, and especially now we finally know what's actually happening in midnight since a blue post came out just a couple of days ago, which again, well, okay, do you remember we were talking last week on last week's show about like the 13 blue posts that came out?
Yep.
Like
There are 13 blue posts.
13 blue posts, like all different things at midnight. Well,
Yep.
they've now brought out just a single blue post, condensing it all. No new information, although correcting some mistakes that were on those 13 blue posts. Look, Blizzard are like playing catch up on this,
Yeah.
you know. I love how much they're trying. And massive respect to whoever is behind the scenes trying to make this happen and being like. But for me, they've missed this opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
And it's good that they're bringing out these summaries. I'm not saying
Absolute
don't do it,
cock-up.
but for me, they have a real opportunity. And the real opportunity is when the Midnight Alpha comes out. And they've got to make the Midnight Alpha release like an event. They've got to make it almost like
I'm with you.
a
Yeah.
fresh like reveal for the expansion, you know? And they can do all the things that they kind of realize now that they should have done for the midnight reveal, like all that kind of centralization of information, the WoW Direct, you know, what we need is a WoW Direct that comes out,
Yeah.
you know, if Metzon's busy, fine, get other people, it's okay. And you put them there in front of everyone and you go, the Midnight Alpha is coming out. We're so excited about this. And let us tell you everything about midnight
Yes,
now.
yes.
Let us like tell
Maybe
you the
tell you
zones
some
and
new things that you might not know yet.
exactly. Drop some new stuff as well.
Yeah.
Give us some shots of like exterior kind
Yeah.
of like
Housing.
customization and stuff like that.
That'll be the next
but,
blog post, won't it?
But they've got a chance with the alpha launch and the alpha like you know they've got a chance to do another soft reveal for midnight and to centralize everything in an exciting way with the WoW Direct and stuff like that. I hope they realize that. Like they haven't blown it. They haven't lost their chance here. They've got a second chance. And this is it. And like when they do alpha, that's what they've got to do. They've got to make it like another reveal. I think. That's what I think.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that would feel good.
Yeah.
It feels weird seeing, you know, these like WoW head posts going up and they're like, you know, this blue post has now come out or this blog post has come out. And it's like, it is pretty much all information we have seen. But just being like, it's now
bit more centralized
It's being more
yeah.
centralized, which is good. But now it's being released into like the WoW news ecosystem.
Yeah.
And people are like, I know that already. But so it's all been, it's
and do you know what?
It's a lesson. It's a learning experience.
It is a lesson, and it wasn't all that terrible, really. It wasn't great. It wasn't up to expectation.
I disagree. It was bad at Gamescom.
No, you're right.
Was like it was really.
I feel like
in the immediate days following the cinematic reveal, it sucked. Like it really sucked. Like.
That was the single biggest mistake. Was the gap in between the cinematic reveal, the features trailer coming out, and the first panel. Because there was like that whole day where there was nothing from Blizzard, no like official word from Blizzard.
Yep.
And we needed that panel that happened on the Thursday. We needed it on the Wednesday, and it needed to be live streamed. And honestly, if that happens, we don't really have an issue here, to be honest. Like, and then, it would have been nice to have had the other panel the day after, rather than waiting until the Saturday as well. But like, honestly, that's all it would have taken. It's funny, these fine lines.
It is. And I don't envy them, and some people are like, well, Legion was kind of announced and released a bit piecemeal, but that was like 10 years ago. And
just in case you'd forgotten.
Yeah, just
10 years ago.
Almost 10 years ago. So there's the expectations from the WoW community. And again, we don't represent the whole community. We are just a sliver of the community that is particularly online in a really particular way. Like, there are pockets of the WoW community that like don't look at the forums. They don't watch YouTube or Twitch. Like they might just read news about it. They might follow Wowhead. They might not. But everyone, mostly, if you're playing an MMO, like you're online. Like, and you are probably if you're playing to a certain level, you're probably keeping up with news about the game that you're playing. People have expectations, and barring that probably vast majority of players, there's a huge number of people who are very online and who are kind of like the online community, and the rollout to them, was bad. So it is what it is.
And I would love to see Blizzard kind of take the bull by the horns and use the alpha launch.
I think that would feel really good
as another kind of reveal,
like a
really.
Cohesive,
absolutely.
we know,
All it's going to take is a good WoW direct. Like seriously, just
I would love
do a proper WoW direct with a proper midnight reveal in it.
I want to see her explain
I always
things
miss
to me
Linksy every
again.
day, honestly.
Yeah, I know. Like I really want her to guide me through all this stuff that is coming.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, here's hoping, right? And here's hoping for some alpha stuff soon too.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, absolutely. It was something I'm always at pains just to kind of like reiterate when we talk about this subject is that I'm talking exclusively about the reveal of information, because the information itself and the stuff that's in Midnight, I am so excited about.
I'm insanely excited. Yeah.
Like genuinely, really.
Yeah,
I mean, we're going to make a video about our concerns about Midnight and stuff, but that's YouTube stuff, right? And like, it's because that's fun to talk about, right?
Yeah.
But generally, the stuff that we're hearing about Midnight and the features and like the quality of life updates and the setting and the ideas and the new stuff they're doing, like it's top tier for me.
I'm
wanted it to be.
Insanely excited about Midnight.
Yeah, so like there's a huge differentiation between like my criticism of the information reveal and the actual stuff that was revealed, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so let's move on to our super chats.
Can I just mention a couple of things?
Yes.
Just kind of timely news related things for people who are playing. This week is the Delve event. So you get a 25% increase in your Delver's journey.
No, that's good because I've got none.
Yeah. Work on that. Your Delver's journey, Bran experience, and undercoins, which you can spend
look,
summoning Ky'veza.
No one cares about
undercoins
until like they got alts that need to go and like get their vault up, right?
Exactly. Oh yeah. So that is on, and just a friendly reminder that the reward for completing your season 3 Delver's journey is the Bran Morpher beacon, which is the scariest shit I've ever seen in my life.
What is it?
Here, I'll pull him up for
Yeah,
you.
you pull it up and I'll get you back on screen. Wait a minute.
Here's the ethereal Bran morpher. That is your reward.
Why? Why? Why did they do that?
Which is
That's
insane.
like human centipede level horror. What the actual? Why?
Well,
Why is that? I can't. I
know.
I don't like
saw
looking at
this-
it, but I can't help
I saw
myself.
this and I was like, oh, this is like a tally level Photoshop going on right now.
So fucking amazing is what you're saying.
Yeah. So it is so that you can do this because with him, you transform into Bran and you get a temporary title, which is Bronzebeard.
A temporary title.
Yeah, so while you're transformed as Bran,
okay.
you become Taliesin or Mivanwi Bronzebeard.
So wait. You can transform into Bran, and the transforming into the weird ethereal Bran is a different thing.
This is the beacon. So you know how you summon an ethereal to transform into like cool old school characters?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the Bran version, which turns you into Bran.
Oh, so you don't turn into that?
No, you don't. Thank
Oh,
God. No, but you do have to summon him. You do have to summon him in order to turn into Bran.
Wow.
So
okay.
I'm just saying, this is what you have to work towards on your Delver's journey.
I'm not too fussed about the Delvers event, honestly. If I'm completely
Oh,
honest.
well, I mean, I always do them. I always
suddenly
get
gone
my
off it for
crests.
some. I've suddenly thought of I've got to wash my hair.
Yeah.
Actually,
I need to
so
do,
I've got stuff I've got to
like,
do.
literally what.
I mean,
And so you as Bran will like periodically just shout out Branisms. Like,
oh no, wait!
"Found a
You
bit
do
of
the voice
gold."
lines?
Yeah, you do the voice lines.
Hey, do you know what this means?
What does this mean?
This time in a year and a half,
Yeah.
we'll be talking about the Valera beacon.
I was gonna say, I would love to transform into Valera.
That
right?
would be. I'd love that too.
Yeah.
Just if you ever fancied it, like just for a birthday treat or something, a little cosplay would be very nice.
Yeah.
Slender Bran.
Yeah, and the thing that kills me about this, he's so menacing because he's like holding a whip, and he's got
Shit.
like it's so.
Why is he holding a whip?
And he's got a Bran
Why did
Pepe
they
on
make him
top of
hold
his.
a whip? Why? I know why. I'm
Yeah.
horrified.
Yeah, so just in case you didn't know, that is what you have waiting for you at the end of your journey.
Mine got.
One other fun thing I want to mention because it has been hilarious and horrible is that there's been a fix on Elephar Dimensius.
Right.
So
Does it just delete it from the game?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
that's the
they
only fix
should.
I want to hear.
They
okay.
should.
If it's not is now deleted, then I'm not sure it's going to make me happy.
If you haven't experienced, or if you hadn't experienced Elephar Dimensius a couple of weeks back when it first came out, it was people clicking on the portal and instantly wiping everyone. And then people
Over and over
regrouping
again.
and going,
Yeah.
okay, don't click. And someone clicks and they go. And then people leave the group. And then new people join and people click the portal. And it was literally impossible to do Elephar Dimensius. So they have now fixed it. Have they fixed it? Because now, this is great. Now, when one person clicks the portal, everyone is ported to Dimensius.
No, that's worse. Wait, what? That's worse. Why?
I know.
No.
Wait, because it's like, now you don't instantly wipe. It's like, yes, but you do because no one's ready. So this is the fix that
It's
they put
like
out, which
you
is
just
like,
made it even more trolling.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What the
But apparently it is a
actual? And
fix.
then when you get there, Dimensius has Bran's face, right?
In the center of his thing, it's just Bran's
Why
face.
did they do
Yeah,
that?
and I read that and I was like, that can't be right. But yeah, they have made that,
Is it-
released that as a fix for Elephar.
Is there anyone in the
Dimensius.
chat that's done that? Does it actually make it easier? I'm thinking that's basically you've descended to an even deeper, hitherto unknown ring of hell with that
Yeah.
one, surely.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Yeah, it made me.
Why
it made me
did
laugh.
no one just go,
made
no,
me
that's
laugh.
that's a proper, like, they're in the board meeting, they're like, how do we fix Dimensius? And there's one guy puts his hand out. It's like the comic strip where the next thing you see, they're thrown out the window sort of
Yeah.
thing. Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? I was never going to touch LFR Dimensius anyway, and I'm certainly not going to touch it now. So, yikes. Okay, well, right. Now Now that you've ruined my sleep with those 3 bits of extra news.
Yeah,
that you chucked in
sorry.
at the
Those
end.
came up and I was like,
Thanks
I need
so
to share them
much.
with everyone today.
Really brilliant, fantastic. Thanks so
Yeah,
much.
sure.
Please, can we go to the super chats and have a little read
I'm
through
just going to
those?
keep...
I'll just put it on to...
I'm just going to keep Bran up.
normal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
we don't
okay.
have
Yeah,
to.
no,
I
no,
just
no.
thought-
You're right. You're
I
right.
just, I just
Keep
feel
Bran
like
up there where
his
he belongs,
presence is
and
so,
I'll go to
his
the
presence is so comforting.
fan
so
funding. I'll read the super chats.
I'll read some super chats too.
Oh,
I've
you're on
got
a different screen.
them on my
Okay.
other monitor page.
Oh, nice. Well, there you are. You be Nolgar.
First off, Nolgar, thank you so much for the first super chat kicking things off today.
Woot.
Perseverance found traces of ancient microbial life on Mars. Thank you. That
Good.
is some good, cool news.
Martians for real,
Ancient
though.
microbes have been discovered on Mars.
That's
Life
good.
on Mars.
I'd
even
like
on
to
a
move
microbial
there,
level.
and like if it's got good Wi-Fi, I'll move to Mars tomorrow just to get out of this hellscape.
Yeah. A bit of good news for us today. Thank you, Nelgar. Next one is up from Blood Ronin. Thank you. No Mage Tower yet ahead of the curve mount. And Trial Deathless Mythic Armor is back. I was going to say, the Trial Armor looks absolutely sick. And I saw it and I was like, what is that? Because of course I didn't get it. And
it never even crossed your mind
didn't. And
during
then I
the
was
meeting.
like-
Nope.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to get that now. And I totally get what you're saying. What makes Mage Tower more prestigious compared to them? I don't understand Blizz on this. Yeah, I don't. I get you, right? Like the ahead of the curve mount felt like a moment, right? Like you earn it. It's time based.
It's one of the few things I've got. I haven't got much else. Ahead the curve mounts is like the good shit I've got, Blizz.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's gone now. It's gone.
I agree with you, Blood Ronin. I don't quite understand the distinction on that one either. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
There's still time. There's still time.
Yeah,
They could announce Mage Tower coming back.
I don't think they will.
I don't
it
think
kind
they will.
of,
I
you
don't
know,
think they will.
what are you going to do? Have like, I just did Mage Tower plus 40.
Exactly, because it's
Like-
going to be inconsequential.
Yeah,
You will just
exactly. I
blast
feel
through
like
it at a certain level. So
Being able to solo Mythic Plus is kind of their equivalent of that, really, I guess.
like if they released it and it was like it's scaled or something, like, and everyone had to kind of do it on set levels or something. Like if they did, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. For me, it is like the ahead of the curve mount, which is kind of going. It seems to be going against that philosophy, you know, which is the inconsistency that allows you to get upset about everything, really. And you go, well, okay, but fine. What about this then? And I'm still holding out for recolors of the Mage Tower sets. I just think that would just make everyone happy.
I think recolors.
Still, there's part of me that hopes that it doesn't, because I do like the exclusivity of having them. But you know,
Yeah, I would love to get
my
some.
head says yes. Just let everyone have it, right? Yeah.
I'm with you. Thank you, Blood Ronin, for that one.
Thank you, mate.
Next one is up from the Maz Art Groupie. Thank you so much for the super chat. If I get alpha access, I would not even leave Heronir CC for 10 days. I still don't. I don't know.
But you'd still write loads and loads of like feedback reports on the
Yeah.
alpha, though,
Yeah.
wouldn't you,
Yeah.
Art? I'm trying to help you out here, mate.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't leave it, but you'd do so much testing and you'd snitch for days. Every little thing you found wrong with it, you would fix, right? That's how you're going to get into alpha, for sure.
I don't.
Yeah, not
I
me,
don't.
'cause I ain't no
I don't.
snitch.
I don't speak young person lingo, so I actually don't know what ISTG means. But the sideways smiley face, I get.
Actually,
they won
I
me
don't
over.
either. I mean, I get the vibe. I get the,
Yeah, exactly.
like,
I get that. I get what you're saying.
totally.
They won me over as my fave race after 15 years of being a Draenei stan. Oh, cool. Yeah. I mean, I think Heronir like looks super cool. Someone,
What is it?
Chat's
I'm
gonna
waiting
have
for
to
chat
tell
to tell me. It's like no one in chat is young enough to know.
Everyone's like,
I
agree.
I swear to God. Oh, right. Thank God. Okay, young.
Okay,
Young.
because I could not. Thank you, chat.
It's a bit of a brain freeze there, didn't we? Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see someone so happy about the Haranir, honestly,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
like my liking of Haranir has definitely, you know, gone up since seeing all the new customizations and the zone, and like having them as an important part of the story is going to naturally make me like them a lot more, right? But yeah, the Haranir are due some stands, man. I'm glad there's a Haranir stand in here. That's excellent. That makes me feel good.
Yeah, me too. I think they look cool. I think when they announced it and there was like literally one screenshot, people were like,
Yeah.
Do you know what again?
Well,
Like
he looks pretty cool in the
he
little
looks
trailer.
cool,
It was
but
alright.
it's like. But then during the presentations, they showed some really cool customization
Yeah,
options.
really
People were
good.
like, So again, I can't help but get caught up on this stuff. I'm excited to see them.
Me too. Can't
In
wait.
the flesh. Next one from Lucian. Thank you so much for the super chat. That Duskwood horror mode thing Tally mentioned could be a WoW version of Dead by Daylight.
What's Dead by Daylight?
No
I mean, I
idea.
know the game, but how does it work?
Yeah.
What mechanic are we talking about there?
Yeah.
Because there was a thing in the files for ages which was like Vampire Survivor mode, right? Mm-hmm. That's
Yes.
all it was. It
Yes,
was just
I remember.
like we couldn't do any data mining of it or anything like that. It was just a title, really.
Yeah.
But you know, from such things have entire patches been revealed before now,
Mm-hmm.
and like Vampire Survivors is like a getting powerful game. Basically,
Okay.
it's like ostensibly a top-down Zelda style action kind of combat game where you go around, you get power-ups, but then the whole point of Vampire Survivors is you get so powerful that you're just like mowing through everything like within the space of one session sort of thing.
Yes,
And
yeah.
like just absolutely reaming like huge hordes of baddies coming in and like, you know, you got shit spinning around you just like like deleting it and stuff. So it's like that kind of level thing.
Sorry.
And that could be quite fun, like a kind of a horde mode, as it were, where you're just like so powerful. There's like just countless sort of. I guess that is Dead by Daylight as well, actually, because you have like the horde mode in Dead by Daylight where you have like thousands of zombies coming for you in one.
yeah.
You know, kind of like the rat thing in Plague Tale. You
Sure.
know, it's like. There's thousands of them and they're all coming. You got to kind of run away and chip away at them a little
Right,
bit
yeah.
at a time. Yeah.
Okay.
So actually, that would be the same kind of thing. Yeah, and I think most of us expect it to be something like that for sure.
It could be. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a narrative thing. I think it's going to be like a game mode.
It's just a
A fun little game mode for a bit, and it's like, yeah, just fight back the hordes of undead stuff. And I mean, it's probably going to be connected to Halloween, right?
I feel like it must
Yeah, for sure.
Must be. Thank you for that one. Next one's up from Commander Corin. Thank you for the super chat. This is the first time I've ever caught this live.
Hey!
Aw.
Oh, and also, I'm so sorry.
Love-
Someone who likes our videos, like, the podcast,
yeah.
they're live. This would be fun. I bet they're just as
Why are
charming
they
and
talking
funny
like
in
that?
real life as when they're
Is that how they-
scripted.
Is that how they sound? Yeah. Love your work and the content. Keep on keeping on.
Oh,
thank
thanks,
you.
mate. I
That's
appreciate
really
that.
kind.
Lots of kind words in the comments that weren't super chats
Yeah.
today as well, by the way, and we do see them come up, and I
Yes.
really, really appreciate that.
Yes,
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Next one is up from Goldtooth, massive super chat. Thank you. Legion Remix felt extremely time gated, extremely. That they backed off most of it means that it is officially 9 o'clock. I think
Thank
it
you.
is.
I
think it
very
is
much enjoyed
officially
your
9
wine o'clock last week, and I promise we will enjoy it again today.
Oh, was that a courtesy
yeah.
of
It
Goldtooth
was,
as well?
good,
Oh, thanks,
good to
Goldtooth.
have. Thank you.
Thanks for
Because
funding our wine o'clocks.
we've got the end of I always want to say Baldur's Gate 3
Me
of
too.
Battlestar Galactica.
Me too.
So maybe get some wine in for that. Have a nice little chill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, settle in for a sesh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
be
think
good,
we
couldn't it?
have like maybe 5 episodes left.
Maybe 2 sessions.
2 sessions. It's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to be 2 longish sessions.
Yeah.
It's okay. I love a sesh. Thank you so much for that, Goldtooth. We will.
Thanks for
enjoy
enabling the
that.
sesh, Goldtooth.
Next term is from Joe. You love. Thank you. Which Order Hall campaign to play in Remix though? Really good
well, okay.
question.
As someone who's played all of them,
Yes.
and granted, this was quite a while ago, but
Yeah.
general opinion, if you consult the internet about this, I certainly was at the time, was that the Death Knight one is probably the best. I would probably agree.
Really?
Yeah, I'd probably agree in my own experience. The Death Knight one is probably the best.
Okay.
The Paladin one is very good, has overlap with the Priest one, which is also fun. Actually, the Death Knight one and the Paladin one also have quite a lot of overlap as well, with an event that happens and something that goes on there. The Rogue one has got one really cool bit where you kind of like stealth into Stormwind. There's like a stealth mission where you infiltrate Stormwind, which is really fun. I don't remember much about the Mage one. I don't remember much about the Druid one.
You've
The
gotta
Hunter
do-
one had some good stuff where you went camping with Rexar, if I remember.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Camping with Rexar, I
Hunter
enjoyed.
one I remember being fun. I don't remember any specifics of it really, but I loved the Order Hall and the vibes, and it felt like really like at home. It was
Yeah.
really good.
And the Rogue one is fun.
You've got to do Shadow Priest.
Oh, the priest one is fun.
Yeah.
The priest one is good.
Yeah.
And yeah, like kind of touches base with the paladin one as well, which is fun. It's really good.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about the shaman one, but their order horde is really cool. Like it being in the maelstrom, that's really good. Warrior one was fine. I didn't love the warrior order hall, if I'm completely honest with you. Halls of Valor.
It's very on brand for warriors.
Well,
which is like...
well, for a very specific type of warrior, yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Warrior's a hard one because it's kind of like so vague, isn't it? It's like, what other classes are there? Hang on. The Warlock one. I don't remember anything about the Warlock campaign, but the Warlock order hall was so good and like so crazy, just along a floating rock. It's kind of wild. So, I think the DK one, the Paladin one, the Rogue one. I think if I only had 3, those are the ones I'd probably go for.
That sounds good.
Yeah, totally.
Shout there, yeah. Okay.
But I'm looking forward to kind of popping in there and seeing them again.
Like I just want to do them.
Absolutely.
I just want to go through them. It'd be really fun. So yeah, so I'm hoping,
the warrior one has a really good animation when you get your class mount.
Yeah.
I don't know if the class mount quests are in there again, but they all have like a very short in-game cutscene for when you get your mount.
Oh, okay. Of course,
which is cool. So I hope the scenes are in there just so we can see those again.
They must be.
Because the warrior one is him punching the mount. Like the mount flaps down, it's all like rah, 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 and the warrior just goes whack and punches them like in the face. And that's how they tame their mount. And that's like, okay, that's really cool. Yeah. And don't forget all the class mounts, don't forget to buy them if they are on the vendors, because they all have like unique mounting animations as well.
Yeah.
Which
it's a shame I'm not crazy about the hunter one.
Yeah. And the demon hunter one is still the best way. You jump up in the air and the mount appears underneath you and then you land on it.
That one is so
which is
good.
Really awesome.
Wasn't the warrior like order hall, like don't you just literally jump out of it and like pound the ground?
Yes. Still very, very cool. You just jump down and like you land Iron Man style on the ground, Thor style, I guess, isn't it? On the ground. You're like, you do your superhero landing and it's really, really cool. And you smash the ground a little bit and it's like, really awesome. Really awesome.
Good, yeah.
But yeah, like I really hope the quests are in there. Actually, I did all of the quests to get the class mounts, and actually the priest one is the best quest for the class mounts. So if the quests are there, make sure you do the priest one if you can, because you go to like a Titan facility and shit, and it's awesome. It's like really good. So and also you get the derpy owl then as well, which is pretty cool.
I love that owl.
There's not much I'm qualified to. I'm like, this is actually my turf. This is when I became a creator and stuff during Legion, so I actually know all of this shit, right? Finally. In old WoW expansions, I can do like the sage old player who knows the shit, right? Yes.
So yeah, there you go, Joe. There's some suggestions for you for what to do. Next one from Sanctissimus1. Thank you for the generous super chat. Tally, I am trying to get into disc healing and did my first Mythic +2 floodgate.
Congrats.
And it was awful. We broke up at the first boss and I can't help but feel that it was my fault. Any tips for disc healing? For a fledgling disc healer.
Yeah, I mean, for anything, obviously, if you're getting started in keys, always nice to do it in a friendly guild group. I know you know that already. You know, like maybe your circumstances allow that, maybe they don't. Okay, but yeah, like generally, the easiest. The thing is, right? If you're getting used to disc, the easiest hero talent tree is probably Void Weaver. Because then you can just focus on like atonement healing, and just like as long as you've got your atonements out on all your characters, you just need to focus on hitting like your damage cooldowns at the right time then, and you know, like bringing in your kind of like shadowy stuff at the right time, because then you can kind of just keep everyone topped up just by doing a lot of DPS, and that's probably the easiest play style. And I think Void Weaver is absolutely viable. Anything below like a 12 this season, probably way more than that as well. Like the meta is to play Oracle, but it requires a bit more knowledge of how disc works, and there's a lot more variables in there and stuff like that. So my advice, probably go Void Weaver, probably just focus on keeping atonements up on everyone at the time. It's a lot more reactive that way as well, so you don't have to know the damage profile of the fights so much, and enable DBM to tell you when there's AoE damage coming, because I find that is like the most helpful thing for being a healer in a Mythic Plus, is having a little voice that pops up every now and then going, AoE incoming, and that's when you know to get like a radiance out, to like get a just get your ramp started, which is still there even on Void Weaver, and just getting like your fiend out and like getting into your shadow like nonsense, and you're ready to go then when the AoE hits. So yeah.
Nice.
Like like just concentrate on atonement healing in Void Weaver, probably. Yeah. I love Oracle, but it did take a while to get used to, and it's not as snappy and fun as just like blasting out damage as Void Weaver for sure. Hopefully that's useful. Let us know.
Thank you, Talia. I think that was super helpful. I learned something there.
And take the version of barrier that just puts shields on people, and not like the barrier, because no one's going to use it in a pug. Like they will run out of it, especially with 2 Hallowfall dungeons, because like you put a barrier up as a priest in a Hallowfall dungeon, it looks like the kind of AoE damage they put out. So you put up a barrier because all the damage is happening. Yeah. Everyone in your pug is going to run out of that barrier because they're like, oh my god, what are these paladins doing now? Oh, this looks terrible. Get out. So like just do the version of that just puts a shield out on people, and you're golden. And that can really help a lot of the time. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Hope that helps.
Irving Favorman.
Irving. Why do you think Tyrallion and Illyria don't have more kids? Thousands of years, high stress, hot husband.
Well, apart from the fact that, you know, they are in that short story as like blowing up when they touch each other.
Yeah.
That's apparently not like a constant
form,
thing.
Right?
Exactly, you know, but I don't know, man.
They might just be too old for it. They're thousands of years old.
I feel like they don't have much privacy in the Army of the Light either,
no.
to be honest. Like, yeah, they were there for 1,000 years, but they were kind of like in barracks, and, you know, they had the Naru there the whole time.
I don't know, man. I've seen Battlestar Galactica. I think people bonk all the time.
But like
even when they're like fleeing, you know,
like they purposely
clinging to the scraps of civilization.
They purposely made Zira like look a bit like the Crazy Ex-Girlfriend meme, didn't they? You know, like they literally kind of added elements of the Crazy Ex-Girlfriend meme to Zira, and can you imagine that just watching you the whole time, just be like,
I feel like the Light is like maybe
why aren't you having more babies?
Sexy. Yeah, the Light does not strike me as
why aren't you having more babies?
Super hot.
You should have more babies. No, Zira, we're okay, mate. It's all right, honestly. It's fine. Plus, we don't know if Tyrallion can actually take that armor off. Like, let's be real.
I've never seen him without it. Like, I don't think. It's a good point, actually.
Yeah, once he got that cool armor, I'm literally not sure if it comes off. Well, we've established that Ilaria can change her clothes, but we haven't had like such kind of clarification for Tyrallion.
Do you think that, you know, much how we will have situational transmog in different parts of the world, do you think like big like lore characters will have the same thing?
No, because the transmog is part of their actual model most of the time.
Yes, I know that, but let me dream.
Okay, yeah, why not? You know,
like,
the ultimate
Jaina and her Jim Jams.
The ultimate like kind of situational transmog, which will not happen, would be weather. So if it starts raining, you put your Mac on. If it's sunny, like you're in your beach gear, stuff like that. That'd be so good. Oh,
because I did see like the options, and there are quite a few. There's like dungeon, there's PvP, there's home is one of them.
So good.
There's love. Yeah, like combat, in combat, out. Like there's so.
This is already like I've already started making transmogs with the new transmog system in mind.
Absolutely.
Like I'm so excited for it. It's going to be really, really cool.
A huge win.
And another reason they don't have kids, yes, quite right in the chat. Maybe they took a look at Verisa's twin kids from the Three Sisters comic.
Oh, right.
And we're just like, we're actually okay.
Yeah, I feel like in this family, it's not really like a childbearing.
We don't need to risk that. We got lucky with Arator. Let's leave it there.
Yeah. Next one's from Elsie. Good morning from Texas. All I want for Lead Remix is a Rat Stallion recolor.
Oh, I'm so glad that I never got Rat Stallion.
I'm so glad
that I never did the sewer stuff to get Rat Stallion. And now I can just buy him with bronze. Brilliant.
Can you buy him?
You tell me.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing him.
You didn't see Rat Stallion?
I wasn't looking for it because I have it. So I wasn't like...
You've got Rat Stallion? Oh, well, I think I've got Rat Stallion as well, actually. Okay, yeah, I think I have got Rat
course I
Stallion
do.
now. Yeah, a recolor of Rat Stallion would be great. He's a very fun mount to ride. He's got a really good animation. I like him.
Yeah, he is
I
fun.
think I've got like the Chinese New Year one as well. I'm certain I've got a.
Okay.
It's a white kind of mouse.
The
rat
white mount.
thing,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, that's a different one.
That would have been the year
Rat
Annie was
Stallion
born, right?
is Mankey.
Annie's Year of the Rat.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Aw.
So he keeps telling us, and he loves it. He's like, "I'm Year of the Rat."
Aw.
Some people, like Penny is Year of the Dragon, which is objectively much cooler,
Yeah.
right? And she's like, "I'm Year of the Dragon," and Annie like genuinely thinks that sucks, and
Yeah,
he's like, "I'm
whatever.
Year of the Rat, bitch. Come on."
Yeah, like whatever, dude. Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, we got to get through these super chats. Next one from Katka Malarai. Thank you so much. I'm a bit worried about housing items being rewarded from quests because sometimes it's hell trying to find the correct prerequisites, even with expert level usage of Wowhead. Any thoughts on that?
I don't think there's going to be loads attached to old quests.
They did say that there's going to be loads of stuff rewarded in kind of retrospect.
Yeah, I think that's mostly going to be achievements and stuff, and it'll be achievements like Lore Master of the blah, no of the blah. Like for individual quests, I think there will be some, but I would be surprised if there were many.
Yeah,
and
but there will be some for like quest lines, right?
I think that
which are tied to achievements.
I think that like quests that award housing items is more likely going to be very focused towards midnight quests onwards. You know,
Okay.
so like.
Okay,
Maybe it'll be a
makes
problem when you go back on when we're 5 expansions away from midnight and you want to get some midnight stuff. But I think there will be quest lines with like a table or whatever, but I don't think there's going to be loads of that. Is the impression that I got.
Yeah, I don't think that I don't feel like they will make it super challenging to get things. I mean, some things will be challenging because there's a challenge involved. But yeah, I'm hoping, and I mean, you know that there's going to be like a Wowhead for housing, right? Like there's going to be a whole people are going to be making stuff and guides, and they're part of the ecosystem to kind of acquire all of this stuff. So yeah, I share some of your like concern because I know there's also loads of stuff. There's like lore masters that I haven't done.
Yeah,
I'm never going to do BFA lore master.
What do you mean?
Because you have to do all the horde stuff, and you have to do islands.
Yeah, but
and
it's really good. You have to do islands for the Lore Master.
Oh,
for the meta, yeah, absolutely. But not for the Lore Master.
Oh yeah, Lore Master. I think I have BFA Lore Master. Then. Okay, I'm talking about the meta.
So far from never going to do it. You've literally got it in your pocket right
I have
now.
it. But meta achievement.
Yeah, but that Yanni mount though.
Oh my god.
Come on, dude. You don't want to miss out on that. That's awesome.
I really want it, but I can't do all this stuff and wait for Rose. Anyway, next one. Thank you for that one. Commander Corin. I too am a confirmed Heronir star. I can't wait to be a pangolin. Absolutely. And I think the idea is that will be like their like tank form.
Oh, it's got to be, yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we've seen like the cat form. It's like we see that in the features trailer, I think.
Yeah.
The pangolin has been confirmed for the tank form.
Yeah.
Obviously the bat form for their flight form. So it's just a case of what their swimming form. An eel or something? What do you think their swimming form will be?
Oh,
yeah, who knows?
Oh.
Who knows? But I'd also like to see more. Something I think Dragonflight was great with was like all the collectible druid forms that came with the the Emerald Dream patch and stuff like that. And I like standardized collectible druid forms because that just like in my mind really increases the chances that we're just going to get druids for everyone.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, one of the things that's holding that back is all different new druids, they need unique forms and stuff, and it's like, no, if you've got a collection of like standard druid forms that everyone can use, then that allows you to make anyone a druid basically. It's really cool. Anyway, sorry.
Another one from Byron Gerson, just dropping a super chat. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Hugely appreciated. Really love it. I sell cabbages. Lovely to see you, friend. Hey, Teeny. Sorry for a somber note. My family went through a heavy loss this week.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you for taking my mind off it for a bit. Cheers and love.
Oh, hearts in chat for people that need support in chat. Like it's a kind, selfless thing when people say that we've helped them with anything just by making silly jokes. So thank you, and I hope everything is as good as it can be.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, lots of love to you, I sell cabbages. And we're always very happy to have you here and see your name pop up.
Love having cabbages in my chat.
Always.
Like in stream, seriously.
Huge
a valued member of our community. Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh. And we've got another one from Christopher Moniz. Oh, lovely to see you too, friend. Hey, Tally and Evie, great to see you both. Any news on potential class changes in Midnight? I keep waiting for Affliction Warlock to return to the good old days of Wrath. Dragnosi. Have we had anything about class changes?
Well, like we haven't had any specifics and we won't for a while, but guaranteed there are going to be big class changes all round because, of course, Apex talents, like hero talents hero talents are all getting a tree. And Apex talents are going to be a thing. So, like, there's going to be big changes. You're all going to get, like, more options in your class tree. And, yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff added to the trees and the talents in general. So that's going to mean, by definition, big changes for the classes. But we won't see any of that until, like, a couple of builds into the alpha, I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah. Apex talents are, like... They feel like they're not even really
they're the kind of thing that means literally nothing until you see them for your class.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? In like a context you can understand and how it changes stuff, you're just not they're gonna mean nothing at all until you actually see them in action. And it's like, yeah. But I mean, they are the thing about, and we'll go into this in the video that we're making, but they are the thing about Midnight which might be shit, in my opinion. Like, and you know, the thing I said about War Within that might be shit was Delves, and absolute banger, like new fundamental part of the game. The thing I said that might be shit about Dragonflight was Dragon Riding, and that was absolutely brilliant.
Literally part of the game now, yeah.
So just because I'm saying it's the thing that might be shit doesn't mean it will be shit.
No.
Like,
but it's not like it's literally just in part of talents, therefore it's much less exciting on every level. Totally.
Yeah. And I'm just glad that the thing that might be shit isn't Prey.
Is like
I think Prey's gonna be good.
You don't know that yet.
No, I think Prey's gonna be good.
You don't know that yet.
No, I think it's gonna be great.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's gonna be quite gentle, really, and not like a huge deal. But I think it's gonna be good. Yeah, absolutely.
On that note,
you heard it here first. Prey system, like 10 out of 10. Tally loves it. No worries there.
Perfect. On that note, thank you so much, guys. That was lovely. Oh, I'm glad I got to be here for all the super chats.
Me too. How exciting! Only just mind.
I know. Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for joining us on our chat today. It's been really good. We started on time. We're ending on time. We got loads of our super chats done. We had a great morning before. We got to be we had a great morning. We got to behold the ethereal brand morpher.
Still don't know how I feel about that, if I'm completely honest. Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you to everyone who joined us live for this podcast. Thank you to everyone who's watching the recording on our YouTube channel later on and on your podcast listening platform of choice. If this is late, don't blame me, blame Evertel. It's her job now.
It's true.
Thank you to everyone that chatted and joined in the conversation. Thank you to everyone who chipped in with super chats as well. You are wonderful. Thank you for our patrons who make all of our work possible. From me, Taliesin.
And me, Evertel.
Until next time, cheerio.
Bye.